Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, worldwide. We are the Titans. You know, when I say we're not playing on at all, you know. So my brother them the right side of me, I say, you know.
All right.
I know we're not playing. We're not seeing people on here. Yeah? And may I tell you tonight, it's not on a normal, well, we don't know, say, we don't do normal show around here, so. None at all. Hey, brothers, but look what me say, we don't try the case with Maitland already, you know. I notice how your brother not lose case. We not lose case on the other people.
Yeah.
Because when they run out with the woman, we have to draw back for the video piece site and give them even 5 minutes. When we draw back for the woman, do one of them run out about the baby mother, you know. I mean, I said, no man, police, we lock him up, you know. We remember those people, around 3 years ago when they run out. We have said, remember him do this, you know. Go for him, where my thought to make sense, and then, you know, me is up on the ground. Him does found guilty around 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Yes. Him should have thrown a long time. Long time. I tell you about the other quarters to them, and I'm alone, you know. The one over Pole and the same. Do you remember what I trying to say? Yeah, I remember him kill his wife too. That first wife. You know, say everything what me tell you now. The people, you know, see them sentence him same way. Beach is stout.
Beach is
You know, see the other one with Gallimore. The one who come from Barbados. You know, so I have to read out the case and say go for him. Him that try to escape. You know, see the pastor to have to send him where to. Go on and rape the little people there. Hey, brother, enough case to seal up, you know. No case, but Andrew, your case them have to seal up too, yeah? Go on here so we are seal them. No, how we cross the car when we run here, so. Yes, my brother, yes, lady.
Well, I mean, you know, Maitland case is a case where we know fresh now the people in mind on Jamaica. Yeah. And you did reveal it as it is. Yeah. You state the obvious. When am I trying to implicate him woman in it? No. No third party thing. Maitland get rid of Donnelly Donaldson. We didn't know that long time. But you know, kudos to man of the wilderness. Crack a whole heap of high profile cases. And I mean him solve them so easy. So, you know, if you have man in the wilderness, down at Jamaica and the judicial system, you know, we don't have them backlog of cases there where we are looking over 3,000 backlogging cases. Cut and drive for man in the wilderness, man. All night case him with a run. Yeah, clean up the thing, man. Clean up the thing, because I mean, I think the island was supposed to have so much backlog in high profile cases as it relates to murder and high-level fraud activity. You understand? Man in the wilderness should have clean up that. But I like the direction of the judicial system, yeah, in recent time, yeah, since the election and since the People's National Party have a voice, a stronger voice in a parliament, I see changes. So me I say, well, if this is the direction, I welcome it, because a whole lot of people in Jamaica, you know, have some cases where a cut and dry case, and them, you know, exhaust the time within the judicial system, putting off cases here, there, and everywhere, some simple cases. I don't know if it's because of them status in a society, but it shouldn't be a one law we have at Jamaica. So if it go for the little people them down in the underprivileged community, it will go for middle class and upper class as well. Yeah. And because a guy serve in a JCS, him feel them can do things and get away. You know. Them things they cut out. Sure. And politicians we are serve as member of parliament, we are represent the people and we are go on with them hanky-panky thing. Like what we see are going right now, we are spread like wildfire in Jamaica. Them things they cut out and people get charged and brought to justice. You understand? So the society can welcome the changes and the mood in the country can change, where people can feel satisfied with the justice system. So, Maitland, it's a long time coming, but better late than never. I know the family members of Donnelly Donaldson must feel good today in them soul, you know, them spirit must have a different mood, because it's welcome justice to the family. I yield back the floor to my brother.
All right, blessings for that melting pot. Right under the rally, let me just first begin in saying, big up all the persons in the chat, right? All the people who tune in to Titans right now. All right, this is the place to be. Anyway, it's more than a welcome judgment as it relates to the judgment that passed today. Well deserving and long overdue. Let me put that. But one of the things that I would want to see, and I have great respect for the judiciary, right? I think our jurisprudence is very tight. I always speak on that. However, we see some gaps within the jurisprudence that would love to tighten. And let me say, kudos to Claudette Thompson for this particular judgment that is long overdue. Really a good judgment. And, you know, I have to say, well, all right, since Claudette Thompson has come to the surface, being the DPP, right, we have seen some, you know, strong, you know, I would say that she makes the judiciary more formidable. And we really respect that. But I am saying that we are yet to see politicians put within the judiciary, right, and be prosecuted. And that is what we are hoping for. Now, the Andrew Holness administration, trust me, I think that 2026 Lonesome and Melting Pot is going to be a defining moment for the Andrew Holness administration. This 2026, I honestly do believe that 2026 is not going to end. And Andrew Holness, right, and some of his members, right, will be definitely placed in the judiciary, and some will be extradited, right? So 2026, as I said, is definitely, you know, a really telling here, because it started out, right? I mean, just, it seems like the lid just blew. 2026 started out in terms of that. And, you know, we are seeing that it seems like every week, looking forward is something. Here we have, again, looking forward again as it relates to the UCross carry, the SSL situation. So much. So much. I mean, from, you know, the highest pinnacle in the Jamaica Labour Party to the lowest, right, rigged with corruption. And, you know, it's really a sad day to know that, you know, a government that decided that, okay, they are going to be the government for Jamaica Labour Party, not the government for Jamaica. And that is wrong, right? Even when they are dealing with the, you know, the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, you understand, their governance is more like the governance for GLP, not the governance for Jamaica. And it is ultimately wrong, right? You know, I am, the cup is full and running over. So we are looking forward to see judgment. And I yield back.
Yes, man. I love that Claudette Thompson. You start off with a good bang. Remember with the one you first still, you know, one you're on the time here. I mean, I tell you, say, oh, you start off with say, you know, yes, Maddy, keep it that way.
Keep it that way.
Keep it that way. But remind you, because them try to test your faith in a Maitland thing and you talk up and you just ask him one question because we say a police one day. Look, I'm foo-foo now. Let me tell you something. When you have cases like this, I mean, can't tell any judge. No, what I call it, colleagues, working colleagues can't know you. Don't trick on yourself. Because a man, I know you in the work, and come to him and give testimony, and give him the part and say, yeah, witness. What you call it, Byron? What kind of witness? He might tell you, oh, you're a good man. And oh,
character witness. Character witness.
Yes. So he might come back, yes. When he come and say, oh, Maitland a good man and him this, but he don't know Maitland at all. So when you there work and somebody come by and you see a man and say, boy, I know him here, so you don't know him live. You don't know him personal life or him live in him yard and nothing, you know. You don't know him at work and him come and him put on him little jacket and tie and him just say, yes, Byron.
Okay, so basically, someone was reading out his antecedent.
Yes. So them a cross-examine because them put a one there say man good smarty and everything.
Yeah.
Maybe the one of them will say him good and in a work thing. So I think Claudette must ask him if him know him in a social life at home. No, him never know where him live. So Claudette leave it there. So me I'm gonna tell them this. She's smart. She a go on. Me I'm gonna tell them this. You see a man there, so we don't know him live at home.
Yeah.
We don't know him live in a neighborhood. They not go there. So all you want to be witness. And not even brother or him sister them this, a worker. Them police and easy in Iran.
Yes.
Them a look 5 minutes about we go on with a case here. See the case here, Who does listen here? Hear my saying to them, I will know this. What?
Yeah, man, lonesome up. When I say, man, Sunday, up, man. Hey, me I watch the build up. I watch the build up with the police that when him Noel Maitland from up at Spring. And the disappearance Donnelly. Yeah, I watch it. But JC, do something for me now. You care what happen? You should Amanya, no just chat to him and leave him like that. Because you, let me tell you, I go down and look at your file in the morning. I know some of that big file when me are talking in the morning. See? So I dig some file and do some clear up things because you have a baby mother. Yeah, we know Cathy. But more enough people look on Cathy. But we want to do some clear up set speed. We want to do some clear up with you. See? So definitely them for all you. I'm going to play the video and hear what the mother say.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
Yes.
And then I'll tell you what we get the information we'll get upon you, yeah? All right. Can we forget the information upon them, you know? Yeah, man, but yeah, I hear the information. Them should have carried him in already.
Yeah,
Them should have carried him in.
Carry him in.
See? I remember the whole Jamaica, I look upon Cathy and look upon him, and the two of them know. But you forget a more sense of the whole case of the thing. And when you get a more sense of the case of the thing now, the finger point upon him.
Thank you.
They could hear this.
Thank you.
They could hear this. They may play something, they may show our vibe. See? Yeah, man. Noel, me and the wrong to pick up your case, you know. Because you know, so we dig deep, you know. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Watch, hear this.
Sir Donnelly Donaldson.
Watch
The
this.
search is on for popular social media influencer Donnelly Donaldson, who left her Hagley Park home Monday night and did not return. The 24-year-old woman was reportedly picked up by her boyfriend that night, but after over 4 days, there's been no sign of Donaldson. Her mother, Sophia Lugg, says she spoke with her daughter Tuesday morning, who said she would be home shortly. She says she suspected something was wrong when she didn't come home. She tells CVM Live that Donaldson's boyfriend, who is a policeman, says she left his apartment Tuesday morning. However, he allegedly says he's unaware of whom she left with.
I said, you know something? You have cameras on that apartment compound. Can you run the cameras to see who picked my daughter up? They're saying the amount of cars that come in and out, they don't know which one she left in since all of the windows winds up.
Emotions are running wild here as the loved ones of the missing woman struggle to make sense of the situation.
Whoever know anything about her, I don't want to be thinking what happened. Just give me her back, whether dead or alive. I wanted to deal with it that way than to get up every day wondering where my baby is. I don't want when the rain set up, I have to be wondering if she's gonna be wet. When the darkness comes across the sky, I want to know where she is.
Efforts to get a comment from the police in relation to the matter have proven futile.
Okay, all right. So that out, and then the look on the other baby mother now that Cathy.
It's for the policeman, baby mother. So I'm going to the police too, yeah? Yeah, man.
Cathy?
Police. Okay, I just to consider the uniform. Yeah. MC station after 3. Her name Cathy Smith. There's no points of having regrets. Live, learn, and keep moving right along.
Right, so it's a Cathy. All right, okay. All right, so hear this now. Let's go back to this. We're going to play about this. We're going to play about this when we're ready.
Influencer Donnelly.
All right, so I could get a rundown plan of youth. So, Imashi, call them to inside source. Can you know, say, anything going on in Jamaica, we is dead end. So, Imana young miss your attack. I think little before, him and the police girl, but him have the two of them, I deal with the two of them, right? She have 2 miscarriage for him. You don't have the mother know what I do. 2 miscarriage she have for him. Yeah? Man, so me are going to some details now. See? Noel. I'm going to some details. See? So, she and him break off another time because him get the one where me just show you pregnant. The one where them set station halfway 3. She might have listen to me now. Good where we talk straight, you know. Get to clear you. Right? So, she did stop talk to him one at a time. Yeah. But you know, say, you like our ex. But you know, say, I go back because I think I hear upon the gong, say, I must say that drive Beamer now. Come on, do him look at thing, you know.
Okay.
Drive him Beamer, me yes, him a push you and a Beamer and that kind of things, no one. You know? Do him thing. See? Him live at Chelsea. You know what to him live? At Chelsea. Okay? Yeah. Allegedly right. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So hear this now. So, according to sources, yeah, she have 2 miscarriage for him already, 2. And when she find out about that girl that get pregnant, that's why she and him break off. Then, you know, she and him still go back for him. But hear this now, JCF. If you, anywhere at all in the world,
edema fluid isn't harmless fluid pooling in your legs. It can contain deadly pathogens like this one.
All right, we can move that fast.
But Monday night. And by the way, you hear them talk about the taxi going at Captain. She use special taxi. Where they carry around. But according to me here on the ground, he never go pick her up.
Good.
That time, yeah. And then them up at the building I tell you about how can a taxi go in. Them that have camera to see when you come out and which car you going. So that no make no sense neither, right?
Good.
You understand? So if you and you always going to a place, them can say, oh, because enough people and enough car pick up people and the car wind up foolishness. Can't trace it come down because you have camera on the compound and think can't trace it. Right? So you know it's a foolishness that. See? All right. So him, we tell the people them when put, when go hide the girl.
Thank you.
See, because we come talk straight to him. We're not going to kind of talk about Buba. If me and you are walk, and me come pick you up at your yard, and then you down my yard for the night, Monday night, and then Tuesday you call your mother. Right, young miss? You call your mother and say, oh, my son, come on. And then me I say, oh, she leave in a taxi. But me never call you. You have to call, by the way, you know. Yeah? Eh? So, and then me call you and say, she reach home yet, or something or the other. You know, I have my call, I'm going to hear the phone answer. Then I call her mother to make it look good. Her mother for call. And I call them. That don't make no sense neither. Eh? Don't make no sense. And by the way, if you go here, you go pick her up, you respond to PR, them to charge you. Who want to know where you put her? We are chat straight. Straight? Yeah, man. You're not red flag that. You're not supposed to have him up and down and run up and down like him either. Yeah, either. Let me tell you this. You there foreign, you call police. You see somebody get knocked down, or say somebody in the road that dead or something, and you call police. You're suspect, you know. And when you call the police, they might take your details and things. They don't just make it go best like that, you know. None of the police work, bro. They have to clear it, and they might clear decently. Because say a man with a staboo and thing, but when them come on, they might inspect you still and take something and look on your clothes. And if you have any splat on your ask, oh, you did touch him? And I said, no, what have you? But yes, still them see some blood, you know, pan your, say a crab in your neck, and them they say, I'm going to carry that station, I'm going to take some information from you. But they might examine everything, and them might video it. Where you leave everything and what have you, they might clear you. Yeah, man, big up yourself, cat. Silver cat, big up yourself. Yeah, man. Sandra, big up yourself. But the mother say, anybody go, the man go to your yard for your daughter. As a dad, as a granddad, somebody come to your yard for your daughter. I call the data and them go, and yet most of them they around them give account. See? But it might look away because when them hear about the baby mother were police, she did get pregnant for him 2 times. She have 2 miscarriage. You see, I'm going to something where you might not want to run out there. See? Yes. You understand? And maybe we don't know if the family might know, but remember, you know, you have to have ears on the ground, you know, real ears. See? You understand? And she didn't break off because she find out about that girl to get pregnant. She didn't break off already. She had to jerk her up, eh? You understand? And see him go back for her. So we don't know if it's something or some resistance or something, but something happened. You know, see her. And then he tell lie. He might tell lie. We have to act straight, you tell lie. You see, you hear something up in the road, and when you look, you see the JCF and go push out a bag of youth name. Well, them wanted to do this and wanted to do that. We don't know foolishness. Him go fear, you're responsible for her. She that your yard. Yeah, you can just say, that means anybody could have just go fix somebody and get rid of them quick. And just say, hey, but you know what, such a thing, them take something go about this and them do this. So, I don't know, you know, I think them reach home. But you know, call home, I do not at all. That don't make no sense. See? If I'm doing thing, man, I have him look for food and I push fat car and I do him thing and them thing. Because I run down him thing. You understand? Yeah. Him and Dana had an argument. And she left 10 a.m. Let me tell you this. When she find out about the pregnancy, she and him, them they break off on that time. Yeah? I see him still go on, and she wow, because she had miscarriage for him 2 times. She get pregnant for him 2 times. The one they carry baby. One of me just show you. Because, yeah, you know, the whole of Jamaica, we have to know all these things, you know. You must not want to let go. Because he's a nice, you know, look all right and everything. So, you must not want to let go this one. Do him look a thing. See it? So, you can tell the mother what he want, allegedly tell the mother what he want, tell the mother say, she leave. Eh? Must know in a way, you know. So, something happened. You understand? But all you need to do, just come up front because I like you can't get to, you know, police hold you, you know. Yeah, man, you hold you, man. You hold you and that's suspicion. When I get nobody doing a business, I hold you.
The pain points before NetSuite were a lot of fragmented systems. NetSuite helps by really giving us...
Well, we get, hey, Mr. People are all over the place, you know. I'm not forget them peace more this. Let me tell you, them never even know. Not when they talk about miscarriage, should have miscarriage been before. Not up there, so. When him up the boy, you see blood and this and that. That is garbage. Let me just tell you from now. See, let me put up back this. One look up piece more.
Because search of a port trial is a spot for police side people, you know.
Yeah,
and they have a couple more spots too. But that I want to port trial with one of the main spot. Where them hide people. You say, yeah, man. Go out the vehicle, hide over there, you know. Yeah, man. You know, crocodile over there too, you know, so. Shark and things will feed you or bury you. Yeah, man. Now search over there too, yeah? When I on the road, they forgot port trial. Yeah, man, go search over there too, man. But him thing not add up. Let me show you something. If you come on my yard and pick up my daughter that's sitting, you can say, oh, she did there, say no mom. But 2, 3 days, 4 days, me have a call. Oh, she did, me never know she not reach up. So, oh, you never cancel, but you cancel to come pick her up. You're so stupid. That makes sense? Eh? Because the first thing is that you don't know who pick her up. Your police. You know, oh, she go in her car, you know. But you go pick her up yourself. But she have to go in her car to go home. That makes sense to you? Same like you're interested to pick her up. You personally, you know, just make sure you just go in any car. I call in a car. See? You'd have one of your friend them or whatever, you'd just find the time to carry her home back. That still don't make no sense neither. Yeah, them should lock him up. Them should lock him up. Not force him. But this is how it's running now. Man liar, man dead in the house. I'm saying, boy, I don't know I'm dead enough. And I know them now no suspect. Wish a big police team call pan one work. That's, you know, man with so much more 6 foot at tall. I will forgive them and then them get lie, them say a gardener. Them love to these things. So see, you know, the place commit a lot of crime and all kind of things. You what to do? No, wait, where you go with, man? Where you go? Where you say, man? And then when you hear the report, you know what the mother call. You see me I say? Them now just spin them case, you know. Yeah, man. You understand? So they know the mother of your car, and I said, you know care what? Look by him responsible. Not two way about it, no one, no two. And then
Done. Hey, brother. Boy, this is for watching, brother. Brother, the accuracy, boy. Me slam the hey. That's why you watch that straight cut.
You know, Lonesome.
Yeah,
You
brother.
know, after listening to all of that,
Yeah.
right? And let me just again, you know, award, give kudos to Miss
Carl.
the DPP,
Yes.
right? For the judgment, but you know, there's still a void to be filled, and even although the judgment is good,
Yes.
I think her mother would want Noel Maitland to at some point in this trial
Body.
give in saying or to reveal to her, right, at least what did he do with her body. Because for him to lock that down,
yeah,
and decided that, okay, all right, he prefer to take the judgment without revealing, right, what he had done with the body, right, to just fill that void, because that is the void that that now left with Donnelly's mother. She would still at least want to have an understanding of her daughter's final moment.
Yes, yes.
And at Least her daughter's resting place. For me talking like this right now, may I tell you, Will, there's a terrible thing that I'm going through my body. And I can just imagine in terms of, yes, she's going to feel good about the judgment.
Yes.
But trust me, I can tell you, I can assure you that tonight, right, even, you know, that she retired to her bed, she will want to know where her daughter's body lies, my brother. And I would love that, you know, Maitland, as it relates to the time period between Maitland found guilty and the time period shaped for his sentence, that in between those time, that period, that he can do some introspection and say to himself, you know, let me just, you know, at least I can't bring her back, but let me just come forward with the truth, because you see the truth is powerful enough.
Yes.
Because here what happened, it could be a situation where lead from an argument, you understand, to a rush of arrogance, and you understand a little violence, and when you look, that violence really resulted into her death, and then now he tried to cover it up and so forth and so forth. But the truth is going to deliver and put away a certain burden, because the mother will have a full understanding of what transpired if the truth surfaces. And it would be even more evil and vicious that Maitland take it home to him, right? Because he's going to get a very harsh sentence. And one of the things that the prosecution is going to consider is that very same thing that I'm talking about. To the fact that, you understand, he's not telling where the body is. That is going to compensate for some stronger penalty where that is concerned. And I
let me say something before my thing part come in. But you see, to him pose up with so much lie, and then him was a police where him gonna fall. Because I remember him do a lot of things, you know. That a us guy, you know. A constable. And this is what the police them for do if you want to clean the place. A guy join the force, barefoot guy, now have nothing. But we see him with a beamer and start live up that upside of the apartment. Him go around and look everybody woman. Him start do some things. Some things I do me know, you know. Come me go some of it. People around now, me know too. So me have information, but me don't want. All right. So what we do, we just tell him so pick him up. Got him.
Yes.
Strangle him, and get pan the killer, and then him mince her up, cut her up, and do what him want to do. Him can't
Wow.
somebody.
Vicious. Vicious.
It shouldn't just come out like this. Him do what him do, he move her, but and then another she big fat heavy, so I move her in that coach. Him lie. If them get our blood, him say, oh, because this and that's bullshit. And him telling them they have an argument for you. I bully him, I bully her, you know, I no want, I remember him love
You know, Wayne,
brother,
since you said that,
now.
the situation could be so terrible in terms of how he got away. He got rid of the body that him just have to keep it. Because might be if he should speak the truth in terms of telling where the body is, it comes with even more graphic situation, and it may have even further impact on the mother.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. It's a terrible situation. It's a terrible situation. Terrible.
Yes, Pa.
Yeah, whichever way you want to look at it, a terrible situation.
Yes.
For the mother of Donnelly Donalds. Because as you just right the point out, mistake. I mean, if you explain to her the circumstance, it's about a graphic, impact on her. But at the same time, she would want to know which would bring her some form of closure as to where her daughter body lie. And, it's up to her if she wants to retrieve the body and to, have a burial in terms of putting her body at a resting place that the mother and the family member then can locate somewhere of, importance. Because wherever I put the body is nowhere of importance. Because that place is a place where them probably only them alone know about, where them hide people body. Is nowhere that you would want to go and pay respect. So the mother need to get back the body. Yeah, the family needs to can have closure as it relates to they retrieving the body and placing the body somewhere of their choice so that they can go and pay homage, whenever they feel like, because the situation is so sad. But, we have to just ask ourselves as, civil-minded Jamaican, what has gone wrong with the policemen them in Jamaica? Is it the amount of power that has been distributed to them by the Minister of National Security and by the commissioner in charge? Because, these men are acting as if there's no consequential, repercussion for their behavior. As if they can do anything and it's just the norm. The lie which is, against the oath and all these things that them take, but them come out and them lie. And, every occasion, these men are just monsters in our society. Because there is no rhyme or reason if you are in a relationship and you feel that the relationship is not working in your favor, but you must take matters into your hand. Drastic matters like getting rid of a person, ending their life because of what? Jealousy? Or you feel threatened by someone else? Come on. The decent thing to do is to, walk away. There's other relationship out there to be added. And if you, Maitland, was doing the right thing, I don't think you would have ended up in this situation. But because of the power that these policemen have in Jamaica, and because how easily they can, accumulate cash and wealth, them lifestyle, just shoot up like a volcano. And them think they must spew them lava upon everybody and control everybody. And then you can't get out of a situation while once you come in contact with these men, your life are being threatened. And the hostility that them show towards a female, is despicable. Come on. Your job description is to serve, protect, and reassure. And that goes for everyone. But in terms of your personal relationship with someone, you don't protect that person. You destroy that person. I mean, this is, something that must be looked at by the judge who's going to lay down the judgment in terms of the sentence. I want the judge to take this thing into consideration because some strong measures have to be sent to these policemen who just snuffed out people's lives by all means because they are policemen. So this sentence must be a strong sentence that will stand the test of time and be a deterrent factor to these young policemen. And I yield back the floor to you, my brother.
Papa, look at now. So in police work, and him know the inside out there, so and then him a bandul, Remember, him do a lot of wrong things and I gain money and everything. Just like Milanine. Him and Milanine not different. Them are the same kind of thing. You see the girl were dead, where they have the baby, where they work at immigration office. Me and our baby father go to immigration. The one where they have a baby in the pandemic and dead. But them spend a Spanish on hospital. And then she never have none of the virus, but them are scan until she bleed out and dead.
Yeah, and I move her up and down the place, up and down the place, up and down the place, yeah.
Did I look she too, go all our yard, And I tell her, and that me I tell you, this guy, him all over the place. Me and everybody talk, me know thing about him, Him and no police, but him a more criminal than anything else, So them use the police force when you hear me talk. You know what is me get to the point as everybody went out and she. You think about it. She, I didn't see down there, so she have work. She have a little daughter feel, a little child feel. But she have about she have first when this guy wild already. But she, Donnelly, can't talk to nobody, Him jealous, Because this, me can't go in that party, but we know. That coming out give up people, right? So she can't just talk to anybody, him going to rage and war and do all kind of things. Until him threatened already, so she can't leave me and me kill her. Yeah. And you have witness to that. But after, see? So we know say him, so when them do know, to the people them that run out and run out and she, him sit down and want them destroy him with him evil, And me come and turn back the tide, Because by one day, everybody run out and she, to the mother say boom, bam, bam. So them, some people, them think I shut up thing and them run it round there. So same thing them do with Panther, like we say, Big Mama and the brother them run out Panther. She cannot move the money. You look for the core part of the evidence and figure it out where she can do. And I lie them I tell pan this woman. The same thing with the baby mother. Oh, she on this and that. So what them want to do? Police go yard, and search it up. Police don't hold him him up and down same way and feel good. Army tell them to go for him. Him. But him no mind them that will baby madam if them could have fling something upon her and get rid of her. Him evil and make the little girl suffer. It's a piece of shit. But you see a woman with a young baby, she now little job. If you go fight, no one says she go do this. And how she get to do this? Him there, right? And then go up prison leave her baby and the man can go get another woman. She will not do that. Jamaican woman that she not do that. If you force and fight, you can hear it in the public. Yeah? But the man say, she police or she got take her away. No, this guy, him, and the murderer, he's a piece of shit. Yeah? He's a coming like beaches out. Remember, I'm killing first wife and use the police. The police there, He mean I dance up in New York, And me is there everywhere. Yeah, I watch him too, Yeah, them man tell me about him mad and him this. No, they're foreign. My work, my work, then they're foreign a hide and a duck. Him know the woman good and carry the man them go kill her. That a beat your first wife. Shoot her. Make the man them go and then him stay back. The driver youth hang himself. I mean know the driver youth brother, sister, I mean know him nephew. See? Them talk to me, and say yes, this and that. Him and more like them hang him and move because them no want to chat him. And say him hang himself because them that try clean up. The second one now can kill a girl father too, They can not have that the one beaches out and kill a girl father. The one the last one when kill, And you say everything when me tell you, hey, me have people say the beaches out call me and say, boy, you're dangerous, see. No man come like you over here. Put them in my place, man. But we like when I do tabloid, but we like on. You know, see, in a court, everything when I say, the youth come confess and tell you, oh, them carry with the girl and kill her and who I have from St. Mary and everything when I tell you. You know, say that, them come say, the Fisher guy, everything. Yes, still the Port Antonio police that beat the next one because him fling the donkey card, you know. Remember, beach is total use blue pill in a better. In week up, right? Yes. He's a tongue guard, you know. Yes, and the girl want, you know, she want a hose, a fire hose, you know, we're active. So them catch youth and a beat him, you know, you say, let's go for the youth. When I try to, and him a beat you. I'm killing first wife too. Can't never try him out, all him son do and nobody deal with him. Can't never know I'm killing mother. He couldn't believe it. Same brother that killed film wife over in a Texas too. And brother that a beat son, you know. Doing brother, the two son, one of the son kill film wife too, like the papa, you know. So don't believe one brother. So you have some wicked people. That a guy are made and wicked. And when them they die, them you know them go them better night time, you know. For them go give him a guilty plea. And so nobody giving her this, yeah, try let him go. Yeah, and I try to pay the people. It will not work. If it's a justice, we not take a case. And if we take a case, well, I tell you the truth when me hear your case, but I say, yeah, go plea, man. I better me beg for you more than I try about me a win case, you know. Yeah? Can you let him go now where you do, brother? I better me go plead for you. Brother, you know, I get off on a case, you know, you shouldn't, and it's so wicked. Me have daughters, so if I talk to my daughter, say that kill her and do what. Me not, brother, listen, me do a guilty plea for you and say if you can, you know, I'm beg for mercy, beg God for mercy. Yeah? But never run out and joke the thing, man. If you go away, man. See? If you lock off in case the one man kill Kelly more to you know, same way him, you know. If that get to you know, I mean the police go hold him to you know. Can you remember him make them kill film woman in the state, get 500,000 out of the $1 million, run go back so change him name, come to Jamaica and then come kill. That girl have 2 baby film, him kill her too. The same youth them, a matter of fact, when the man them put up, she not driving her car, you know. Look how the case easy close. A big dirty thinking Shirley, me know eyes on the file alive now. One big dirty thinking Juba, them a take money. And I let go this piece of shit. And me have to say, yo, go lock him up. Him kill the man. When you look by man, you see the 2 bike, them trail the taxi. The woman drive a Jeep. Them have problem in the matron home. Right? When you look the taxi, them don't know which taxi. There is no way 2 bike trailer taxi. When you don't know who the taxi, you know how them don't know? Because she talk to the husband and say, me I in this taxi and them ask her. Him tell the man them say, as she that come up in the taxi, them trailer from the foot of the hill. When the meter they get him, the press it and open it, you know. Them just run off for the bike and just a full woman with a bullet. I watch the video, this is evil. Then him take long to come out, you know. Him pass Ford, him pass every hospital thing and drive go away and leave all him phone. Me talk to the cousin. Him go away down a KPH, she dead. Him just to pronounce. When him come up back, him call her mother, say she dead. You know, see this guy evil, brother?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
How you look big dirty thinking, Shirley. Him and a police. Him a criminal. That piece of shit. Can up the car, all him do is licky drink rum and take pay. For protect criminal. For me never burn him out. Me see when Shirley is a piece of shit and dirty thinking, Juba. For me never stand up for the people there. Eh? Yes.
But the boy almost leave the island.
Eh?
The boy almost leave the island, you know.
Yeah, I'm a virgin go hold him, man. I say, yo, lonesome him now, motel with PUS. Can we say, we have to go feed them, go catch him, man. Spring police go catch him, man. I sent Elizabeth him there away from boat, you know.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Because him want to collect the money. He want to collect the money because they have some insurance when people on our head there. And then look, him set up for him virgin get shot too, you know. He get a little gauge. And then him try to go up on a plane with a bogus book. And then give him the kind of thing and let him go. Bogus book. Never forget mad and when them go hold him with too much money. You see him going to prison. The next one are the guy we go down there with the little picnic about fatty and slimmy. You see me have a pen and bucket, brother.
Yeah, man, yeah, man. All right, on the show that case to try, you know. Yeah, that case to try live.
Brother.
Live.
Brother, you hear this now? You have no fatty and slimmy and a father cook everybody for a white man in our country. you style everybody. And you know the little girl and them say me rape and people tell him to call me because me give him justice. Him no say a justice me I give him. When me broke the penny, you're not him.
Yeah, what's that for?
Yeah, man. Me I said, say your plan to spend it now 20 years. You know? What for what? I do not. I never do nothing. They give him copy as well, you know. In their prison. In case
a serious guy that, you know. That's serious guy. When I come at Jamaica, you know. We remind the people when I come at Jamaica, you know. Him suitcase full of not but ties, you know. Be ties him carry, you know.
My grandson, him leaving, but the pelican, when doing target the mothers and with little young daughter. And him carry ties to them. He say, if I buy ties to your kid, no. But you buy ties for people look up at me. Favor drunk crow. So I broke it for him. Melting pot. When me the end.
Yeah, man.
I got the fire call me and say, you know, easy, you know, what the fuck?
Hey, and then me I did laugh, but when I see the pencil broke, and then me I did laugh, you know, hear me now, lonesome just sentence.
Yeah, man. Hey, me just sentence him, man. Them give him a long stretch to, you know.
Yes,
Everybody
man.
say them this and them racist, and him call him father cokehead robber. Everybody.
Yeah.
You can't look for a little girl where I live, not ever call her Fatty, and her sister Slimmy, and you know them name. Her mother was for you. In a bed with the little baby. Hey, him lucky, me never have a noose. No people put me up and you put a noose. Him say about the pen, but what the fuck? I do nothing when me ask him if I spend 20 years. Him that I do nothing. Yeah? Yeah?
Hey.
You done with him?
Brother,
yeah,
that was a night to remember, man. Your program, you know. It is so profound that it carried history, you know. Yeah, man, Langston. And the first case tried publicly on a platform. And so said, so done.
Yeah, man.
You understand? And I mean, justice was served. Justice was not denied. Justice was served. Yeah, man, this guy was a guy when flying out the country, regular, you know, people. And time I come in now, the suitcase attached, girl. You understand? Yeah. And they beat the mother them with gifts. You know, and beat them in like all Fatty and Slimmy mother now. Them becomes him, you know, domestic helper and all these things. But late at night, the police them come catch him with one of them in our house, you know. Yeah, man, late at night. You know, I'm bed at that. And them attack all type of thing. Yeah, and lonesome no so well then, boy, where am I say? Don't ring a bell. You understand? So lonesome try the case people and sentence him. One broke off a pencil, man. That was the sealing fate. Sealing fate. Him say, what that's for? What that's for? Yeah, him cried when the pencil broke, man. Him say, what's that for? Lonesome says, so what? You feel all right with that 20.
So for what I do? I do not do
that. Say I do nothing.
Them do nothing. But them give it. Hey, me could not keep go ever. I will reach the one dirty thinking big mama and night, you know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, by 24 hours, them bring out him tax thing and them thing, the brother. Him not easy. But the guy by name Bruce, Dr. Bruce said up on the loose. I can play the Sagicor. I could deal with phone case now. Because Dr. Daz came out. After them run a Sagicor 2023. I'm sure you say it'll be a pediatric well, them say a pediatric room. Yes. Mm-hmm. They must have built something with 75 million. Right? Now Sagicor run out and want to push down that place. Sagicor. Remember they run now running. Remember it documented, you know, they're not green and they're everywhere. You can come out and come chat. One thing we do know, you know, when if you stop, we no shit, you know. Remember play what them say this morning and make a look what them say in the paper.
Sagicor Foundation says approximately $79 million from the 2013 Sigma charity run was used to purchase a CT scan machine for the University Hospital of the West Indies.
79 million.
Says this equipment was shipped in December of 2025 and is expected to arrive in Jamaica in February. In a media release yesterday, the foundation said it wanted to add clarity to the discourse relating to the UHWI and the proceeds of the 2023 Sigma corporate run. It came after Shadow Minister on Health and Wellness, Dr. Alfred Dawes, suggested that funds raised for the pediatric ward at the hospital may have been diverted from its stated purpose without consultation with its pediatric department. In a release, the Sagicor Foundation said the Sigma corporate run raised $91,852,500 to support two causes: Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts and the UHWI's pediatric unit. It says in 2024, approximately $79,002,000, that's 200,000, was paid to an authorized Philips distributor to acquire a CT scan machine for the hospital. Sagicor says it is always transparent about the use of the funds raised. And
what time say for the CT scan? Look, let me rewind. Hold on, let me hear this. Because CT scan, when we ask and we see it and we clear it and everything, it costs 20 million right now. 20. Yeah. From there, a little bit cheaper. When you buy it, it's cheap. You can't look on. Let me tell you something cool. Nobody with the foolishness. And a CT scan you talk about pediatric thing, or you go to a CT scan and you pay 70 million for a CT scan. That could have buy nearly 4. Which part in the world you get a CT scan for 75 million when you work it out, when it's enough time cheaper than that, brother? You see them not easy? Them a play politics too, not such a thinking core. Yeah, again.
But which part in the world you pay $31 million for your 5 million jail?
That again. Yeah, Byra.
In your release, the Sagicor Foundation said the Sigma corporate run raised $91,852,500 to support two causes: Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts and the UHWI's pediatric unit. It says in 2024, approximately $79,002,000, that's 200,000, was paid to an authorized Philips distributor to acquire a CT scan machine for the hospital.
70 nearly 80 million that for one CT scan?
Yeah, wicked.
I 79 million them say?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what, yeah. 79.
Remember play this with Bruce. We can play this with Bruce and then we're about it. Because him up there give one back of trouble, you know, brother. And Bruce up there do it, you know. Bruce and the loose, Dr. Bruce. See me?
The University Hospital sees about 2,000 children in need of advanced and critical care annually. And we offer highly specialized pediatric services, many of which are only available here at the University Hospital of the West Indies.
Our infrastructure right now is at a poor state.
This is one of our monitors that we have that is not working properly unless we tight to get the readings for the patients.
I think being selected.
I'm one thing we have to do, tough tongue. You spend the most money on these things, you know, pediatric, not even the kids they make you for brother. Them have to tie that to get our reading. But at this at the wall, them say them are fixing up.
As a Sigma Run beneficiary would be excellent to us.
We want you to come out and support our target of 75 million Jamaican dollars this year. It will benefit our children and our neonates.
Whether you run, walk, or wheel, come out and be a part of the legacy run.
Yeah. So you ready to start, you do your thing, right? So you come now, and we can't show that in the paper because we have the paper line up here. So the pediatric one, you next, that from when? 2023. You say no, 2024, you give somebody nearly 80 million for buy a CT scan, and it'll come February now. So the one at 24 done. 25 done. But because Dr. Das come out now, you pay for your CT scan and it'll come in February. So CT scan will take you nearly 2 years. Depends on when that do, nearly 2 years to get a CT scan. For nearly 80 million. Something more value when you clear it at 20 million. When the danger was Sagicor. No, when I forget exposed and burn out. You see me I talk about Byron?
Well, you know, this is totally sickening, you know. But when we say sickening, it pass. Look, when you have a man like Christopher Tufton, because he's at the pinnacle of this.
Yes.
Right? And so then we have to hold him accountable for everything that is happening right now. Now, this is a man that, you know, went out on the political campaign from time to time and, right, shouted loud that his administration, the Jamaica Labour Party administration, had moved the budget, the healthcare budget, from 60 billion to $140 billion. Now, that is anything, but
yeah, man.
From $60 billion.
An increase of 80.
Right? Which is an increase of $80 billion. So, make it make sense. Right? You increase the Jamaica Labour Party administration healthcare budget by $80 billion. And what happened to the basic necessities? CT scan. What happened to these things? What did the money do? And here you have an audit done by the Auditor General, right? Where the Auditor General is saying that, you know, the health ministry, right, cannot account for 700 to 800 billion Jamaican dollars. This is just serious. It's a crisis. And I am yet to see, right, where we can move from the political polarization of the politics. Because that is what is festering, right, and giving the Jamaica Labour Party administration some level of, you know, continuation in their craziness, in their thievery. When you have people like the Big Mama, the George Davis, who somehow, right, just unable to see what is wrong with this administration. That this administration is really a kleptocratic administration. It is a government that unhinged. Right? When you look at this situation, right, you beg to ask if these persons who so-called well-thinking person, you would believe that they are well-thinking, right, can really look at the situation that we have struggling with Jamaica as it relates to healthcare crisis. I'm not talking other ministries, you know. We just deal with healthcare. I mean, every single ministry as it relates to the Andrew Holness administration seems to be stealing, you know. I mean, the whole thing just loose with the criminality and the corruption, you know. But let us zoom in on critical portfolios. The health ministry, the education ministry, right? These are serious pillars in terms of building an economy, you know, right? Because, of course, the education system is where we will get our technocrats from, who are going to make critical decisions that move an economy forward. The health ministry is what is going to take care of the nation's health. So then, how can we ever try to be polarized about the issues surrounding and affecting the nation? So when I come out and I say clearly that Andrew Holness, right, is indeed a criminal, one will say that, okay, all right, Mystic Sensation, I think you're going a little bit too far in saying that. And the common thing is that the Prime Minister has not been charged. And we all know why the Prime Minister has not been charged. I've been saying this repeatedly. But the intellectual community is for them to observe that we need the input of them to drive the mission of checks and balance. The criminal justice system that in charge, right, to hold the bull by the horn and lead it into a particular direction. Now, we have the police force, right? The investigation arm of the criminal justice system seems to be now playing politics with all of this, right? Because the police, the commissioner of police should be able, have the capacity, which he does. The Constitution had given Jamaica Constabulary Force wide powers of investigation, right? Wide prosecutorial powers that the Jamaica Constabulary Force has. So then, why you can't look at a situation as it relates to the administration that you are defending, because it seems like the police force, this to me seems like it is more Andrew Holness police force than Jamaica Constabulary Force. That is a wrong concept. Because you see, Andrew Holness just seems like he is micromanaging the leadership within the police force. And we see that clearly. That is what he's actually doing. The commissioner of police, having certain powers invested in him by the Constitution, should have able, right, to say that, okay, all right, look, enough is enough. We have a problem as it relates to the Prime Minister's statutory declaration that cannot be certified going 3 years. We have to get to the bottom of it because the country needs to move forward. We have a deadly poison in the kitchen that we need to remove from out of the kitchen, or else it is going to contaminate all the food in the kitchen, that prepared in the kitchen. It is contaminating our parliament. It is contaminating our lives, right? And so then we have to look very serious as it relates to the situation with Andrew Holness. He's at the helm of the politics. And when you have someone who is at the helm of our politics, it simply means that the nation is looking forward for leadership. And this is where leadership has lacked. Because look, my people, let us argue this. If the Prime Minister cannot have a statutory declaration certified, because what we have illicit enrichment. And so then the Prime Minister, right, who is leading our country, cannot explain his wealth. Let me ask Jamaica, let me ask the intellectual community one question. What sort of message that is sending through the nation? What sort of message? It reached to a situation where the Prime Minister has no shame. The Prime Minister has lost all moral compass. When you have the Prime Minister who know very well that Dalrymple found guilty and put back Dalrymple in the Parliament, I am asking Andrew Holness, what sort of message do you think that sent? That is normalizing corruption, normalizing corruption, plain and simple. The problem that I have is when are we going to, recognize, when we are going to acknowledge that there's a fundamental wrong right here. Fundamental wrong. And the fundamental wrong is that we have someone at the helm of our politics who is clearly corrupted, right? Clearly a criminal, although yet not being charged and proven. But there are all red flags indicating that this man, right, as it relates to his criminal mindset, is more than obvious. More than obvious. Andrew Holness again was let off as a result of the corruption prosecutor, right, Keisha Prince, who gave a very vague excuse as to the reason why the Prime Minister was not charged. That is unacceptable. And then here it is that she had taken what we call a career suicide. Right? She was told not to even apply. That is how embarrassing it was and how shameful. Now, let me ask a question. How does all of us feeling right now to know that we have a Noel Maitland who had done an ultimate wrong, but you have a criminal justice system that stood up and deliver justice? How do that feel across the entire Jamaica? The entire Jamaica today, locally and in the diaspora, has felt as if there is a heavy burden had lifted on the horizon, that justice is on the horizon. Let me ask a question. And I want for Claudette Thompson to listen. I am saying to you, Miss Thompson, that if you are the person that is going to change around our criminal justice system, if you are going to be the person that is going to fight for the poor and needy who cannot fight for themselves, if you are the person who is going to stand at that crossroad and say, I am the person who is going to defend justice for all Jamaicans, then, Miss Thompson, I lift my hat to you, and I said, and I will say to you, that your likes and your character is well needed for a change. Well needed for a change. We are anticipating the trial of Rural Reid. Let us, in year 2026, begin with that reform of our criminal justice system to push hard for justice. I hope today that the police, the investigation arm, can have an introspection as it relates to all investigators. if all investigators look on Jamaica and said, Jamaica needs a change. As an investigator, look into the mirror and say to yourself, I can do it. I can do it. I just need to do my job in a responsible way. I can do it by avoiding corruption. Then I ask the question to the Commissioner of Police, why we still have a Patrick Bailey out there? And if you are applauding yourself, and for them and those who want to see the Commissioner of Police, gentleman for the year, I am asking the gentleman for the year, have you seen anything wrong with the situation relating to Patrick Bailey not being interrogated, not being charged? Is there anything wrong, sir? Can you represent the Jamaican people and say you have not seen anything wrong with the Patrick Bailey situation? I am saying that we are joking. If you don't clean up that mess, and for them and those who calling you gentlemen for the year, it's a crying shame. It's a crying shame when the Commissioner of Police cannot come to the fore and say, I saw video clips of my officers taking someone out of his house, brought him around a zinc fence, and asked him to kneel. And what follows next? He played number 3. So I'm asking the gentleman of the year, for them and those who believe that you are the gentleman of the year, do you see anything wrong with that? This is where the problem lies. This is where the problem lies. Do you see anything wrong where you have more than a dozen policemen went to a home and where that person run out of the room with his hands up, but he was taken back inside? And number 3, do you see anything wrong with that, sir? The politics of Jamaica is so polarized, and we are disappointed that our police force, who's supposed to serve and protect, has now become Andrew Holness police force, and not the Jamaica police force, the Jamaica Constabulary force. So we want back the Jamaica Constabulary force that does not micromanage by Andrew Holness. Which one of you, as apex investigator, can launch an investigation against Dushian Savadia based on how he said he got his money from a friend, $450,000 US to start business? Do you want to do me a favor and take that mission on? Or do you believe that it might connect to Andrew Holness? We can't have what I call convenient justice. We can't have two laws, one for the rich and elites and one for the poor. We can't have that. It is wrong, morally wrong, ethically bankrupt. And we hold the intellectual community responsible for not speaking out. We are so polarized in this country that we can't see beyond the green and we can't see beyond the orange. And we cannot call a spade a spade. But until then, we are able to move beyond the polarization of our politics. Justice will then prevail. And I yield back.
I mean, I welcome a lot of your topical points, Sir Byron, because when a country does not have people who are fit and proper to serve in the public domain, then we're going to have serious problem. And currently, there are a lot of posts in Jamaica that are being manned by personnel who are not fit or proper to preside in that regard. Now, if you look at the DPP, we had a long-standing issue with the former DPP, Paula Llewellyn. And in that regard, nothing was done in terms of justice being given where justice is demanded. And that continued over an extended period of time that coincided with her given more than the allotted time that she should serve as the DPP of Jamaica. When you look at the Commissioner of Police in Jamaica, we have seen several changes of the top cop. Several changes in that regard. And we have seen people being placed in that sensitive role who are not fit or proper to sit in that chair. And so our justice system take a battering because of unpicked, politically motivated individual who only look one way across the length and breadth of Jamaica. And that is serving the regime led by Andrew Holness and disregarding normal law-abiding citizens. And so we have a problem that, someone now has to step up to the plate and take the bull by the arm or take over the justice system by the scruff of the neck and decided enough is enough, time for a change. Because if we don't have such a change, then Jamaica will remain the same. Now, under certain, commissioner, we have seen where nothing has gotten done. And you just touch a very high-profile case as it relates to Jermaine Jr., okay, at Patrick Bailey home in Narborough. And we all know about that case and how, that case was presented to the public in terms of, what was being investigated and what was presented in terms of investigation finding. First of all, we hear that Junior was a gardener, going by an alias name called Gully. And, you know, the whole thing is a shamble. After that, them stop investigating the main suspect and start to call name like Umbrella Gang from over Portmore. And up till this blessed moment, Patrick Bailey is allowed to live a life while Junior is deceased. And the simple reason behind all of this happening is the fact that Patrick Bailey is the liar, or the once liar, of Andrew Holness. But Patrick Bailey was also a liar that represented not only Junior, but his family, because Patrick Bailey represented Junior in a case that they won. And so Patrick Bailey become attached to Junior, and Junior becomes attached to Patrick Bailey during a client-liar relationship. So Patrick Bailey acquired things for Junior, but acquired them in his name, Patrick Bailey. When Junior came back to Jamaica and wanted his possession, he was put on a hold. One particular mention was that Junior was to wait until after the election. And so said, so done. What took place after the election? After JLP win again? Patrick Bailey knew that he had his defense firmly intact to protect him. So that's when that tragic incident happened on that tragic night in Patrick Bailey apartment, which belongs to Junior. And we know the outcome. He was put on bed rest. Patrick Bailey was put on bed rest, claiming that he was asleep when Junior was given a fatal bullet to the head and 21 stabs from a kitchen knife that was owned by Patrick Bailey. Now, what is alarming in all of this is the fact that Patrick Bailey lied to the investigator by saying him don't know Junior in terms of his true identity. He is a gardener and him only know him by the name of Gully. So when you look at the simple fact that he represents not only Junior, but Junior family as a liar, what is that saying? What did Patrick Bailey had to hide by not disclosing the true identity of Junior? It is plain and obvious. Patrick Bailey had something to hide. And any investigator investigating that case would have known that Patrick Bailey knew everything about the demise of Junior. That's why I want to distance himself from Junior in terms of not having any close ties or affiliation. He just being a gardener. But who would allow a gardener that you don't know to sleep in your home with you? What would constitute that, my people? You just let the gardener cut the land, do a day's work, you pay him and him gone. For you have a gardener inside your home where you reside, but you don't know the identification in terms of the gardener, true name. You just know him as Gully. So we are looking at the justice system in Jamaica and just labeling it as in a justice system that is in shambles, that does not deliver for the people of Jamaica, the unfortunate people. A justice system that is working to protect government and government officials. Now, in a democracy society like Jamaica, that should never have been the case. We are not in a dictatorship rule environment, you know. by law, you know. But it appears that we are governed by a dictator. And everything is done to suit the dictator. So Patrick Bailey, being the Prime Minister, lawyer at one point in time, was given that level of protection no matter what has done that the public at large see as corruption or, you know, malicious act carried out by an individual against another Jamaican. The fact of the matter that you have affiliation with the Labour Party or the Prime Minister, you're good. You're good. But just look at how many assets Patrick Bailey has stolen from Junior. Land, 2 separate lands. Houses, more than 1. Cars, quad bike, and all these things. Patrick Bailey owed Junior a vast amount of billions of Jamaican dollars, if not billions, when you combine all the assets. And because he's a criminal, yeah, and they have this way of doing things to eliminate their client because the things them in them name, them carry out the work. And I mean, that work was done with the assistance of senior men from within the JCF. Senior man from in the JCF carry out that work. You understand? And a guy say him sleep through the ordeal. Him not hear when the shot fire. Him just wake up. The last time saw Junior was after 12. And him wake up before 4 o'clock. And when him wake up, him stumbled upon the body. Lie. No, Patrick Bailey should have been handcuffed immediately. But you know, when individuals know that they're surrounded by corrupted, you know, individuals who can grant them the extreme protection that them so desire, they make the ego get the better of them. Because not long after that, you know, Patrick Bailey come out and tell you, say, to him back rather than sharp shutter. You hear me, I say, my Jamaican people? The guy come out and tell you, say, him back rather than sharp shutter. So what he's telling Jamaican and a whole is that the protection network where my broad, him good. And so it remains. We haven't seen anything done in that regard yet to convict this guy, yeah, and to convict the associate who aid and abet in the tragic circumstance at that Narbrook home where Junior lost his life and a guy is allowed to live a life because he wants work for the Prime Minister. So Jamaica need somebody now to come in and shake up the justice system, shake up the judicial side of things. And it don't need nobody like Mama Cow, who is a known criminal from in the 80s. From she has steal Richard Clark, them 2 property down in a Barnett Street, Mobile. From she have forged Hermin Clark name when the woman died. From she have transferred the property over to a family member. Yeah. From she have do all those things, we know she a criminal. Then she come back and she use the government tax waiver. You understand? And she also claim allowance from the Benz, 2015 Benz. She's a convicted criminal who plead guilty to the charge after talking gibberish, trying to twist her way out of a situation that she has no chance of twisting her way out of. She finally admit citing that it was a genuine mistake. No, the justice system found her guilty and fined her 900,000 Jamaican dollars. What happened after that? She was allowed to come to enter back into politics by the corrupted leader Andrew Holness, using a reference that in the music fraternity them use it. Yeah, special request by popular demand. Him bring back a criminal. No, the criminal is made a junior minister in the Ministry of Justice. What can go so, Jamaican people? Oh, on earth, this happened when the ordinary ghetto youth, if him just have a little vague criminal record, him can't even get a job. Him deny the rights to work. But an established criminal like Mama Cow from in the 80s get the privilege to come back and represent people and gone in the House of Parliament, now becomes a junior minister in the Ministry of Justice. What kind of justice Mama Cow can serve? Not even a proper pail of milk. This cow can't even give a pail of milk. If it give a pail of milk, it's no good. It's contaminated because it's full of corruption. So when we look and see what is happening in Jamaica, yeah, it shows how intertwined the government has become involved in the justice side of things in the country. And this is why you see Andrew Holness going around as if he's in charge of the police and the army. Because I don't know what he's afraid of all of a sudden. Him walking around with 2 stations of police, several vehicles, wasting the country resource.
Pat, 1 dozen station now. 1 dozen.
1 dozen station now. All right, my brother. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody see him standing like we are telling him, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Animal look more like him as an army general. But a long time we are telling people them say this guy have a syndrome of dictatorship. But it has shown more and more. Just look at his behavior pattern. Look at his dress coding and everything like that. And look how these senior police officers have to serve him like him is a royalty in the place. No, sir. Yes, sir. You cannot serve a criminal. The word sir is a recognition, yeah, by the monarchy. They knight you for you to become sir. It's not a word that must be used in an unprofessional, uncivilized manner. And where Andrew Holness is concerned, there's nothing professionalized about him. And there's nothing civilized about him. He is a criminal. So you don't apply the word sir to him in no way, shape, or form. I'd rather hear the word yes, minister, more than yes, sir. Andrew Holness is a renowned world criminal that has stolen Canadian, US, England, pound, and euro. Kind of want the Jamaican money. If they even get it, if he still wash it and convert it. Using a big piece of shit where them import from India into the country. This big old nasty washer woman will say it gets sexually abused. But it's a brown place where you know so that them abuse they go on regular. Round a big mama. It's no coincidence, you know. This washer girl from India, I tell you in an interview, so when him at 10, him get physical and sexual abuse by my uncle. Never say him auntie, so we know it's not a female. So you see him itch up around a big mama, but those type of abuse is the norm. So what we are looking at now is a conglomerate of nasty, corrupted people who associate themselves with Andrew Holness to carry out high-level activities of corruption. Just look at Big Mama. 1.5 billion owed to the tax authority in Jamaica. Nobody moved towards him. Him get 10 right off already. But then a delinquent entity has given the rights to merge with a washer girl in the place. Where are the checks and balance? Oh, an entity, yeah, that owe $1.5 billion in tax revenue, corporate tax revenue, an entity that has not paid over its staff deduction from the salary to the various entities like National Housing Trust, National Insurance, Education Tax, and all the others. Yeah? Or you know it for merge with a so-called shell company I go around by the name of Amber Group. It's a shell company that people don't make them tricking about them worldwide. There are other Amber Group worldwide, but not this one in Jamaica. It is not listed on the local stock exchange, nor the international stock exchange, but they claim it to be a multi-billion company doing multi-billion investment right around the world, but they are not listed locally or internationally on any of the stock exchange market. What can go so? What can go so? But if all of a sudden, every minute, you see the husband and wife, them a fly go to India. Now, India is the birthplace of this guy. And based on him interview, him give him India citizenship because him find safe heaven and honey and milk in Jamaica. Him get a red carpet. But back in India, him is a drunkard. At the age of 10, him say him a drink 1 liter rum and him a smoke between 50 and 60 cigarettes. And him also overuse drugs. Class A drugs. But him come get red carpet over our Jamaican people. Get ambassadorial role in what? Technology giant. Jamaica have in the Silicon Valley. Oh, we have tech giant in Jamaica. And the world don't know about it. Oh, so we have to ask these questions. Because these are fundamental questions that the Jamaican people need to get the truth about. A guy is saying that, on the second day in January 2015, him wake up, no money in his bank book, no gas in his car, him rent during a couple of weeks, him not no money in his wallet, him a live from boiled rice and boiled potato with the salt, him not him say grease. Salt! Then, by the way, who did know him at Jamaica? Who him come to at Jamaica? How him come at Jamaica and get set up in a Jamaica? That him is now one of the biggest billionaire underworld mafia in the country, where I get basically all contracts. The amount of contract where this piece of washer girl get, unbelievable. And him a do all up. But me want to know what kind of happen him a do. You understand? Because nobody know about this company, Nobody know about this company. All right. This guy tell us one time in the day in China. Why never stay at China? China economy no bigger than Jamaica. Don't they say if you're savvy in a technology, you prosper down there. But this guy in an interview saying no savvy with technology, then you move towards technology. Why you not move towards restaurant where the Indian them love have? Because them love cook curry. Could I go in another business, the man? No, you don't have no experience in a technology. You're not savvy, but it you invest in it. And here what them do know people. Them scour the information, and clean it up, splice them up, Call me listen to the original information. The guy said the Samaritan will help him from Jamaica. Now two will come out and knock it. Them go scour it and put out one little fake one. Say the Samaritan come from St. Martin. Who let him 450?
Hold on. Allah, because we have the original, So if them have a score, we're use it against him, Because you have
no, all right, then I tell him when. Yeah. So him now say the 450,000 US when get is from a friend in St. Martin. But him just think himself.
In a Jamaica, 450,000 like that. Yeah, no, but this is a nastiness. Chuwan who give him the money, and Joan who give him 450,000, nearly 500,000. Eh? Nearly $500,000 Byron. No, exactly. St. Martin.
Yes.
Eh? You don't know what's from we see the thing, but I have the original. We have database. We have you interview them when you come and things. So I'm gonna try to keep them up. It doesn't make sense. We have them. I'm going to tell the police them again this. You see the whole data they with murder and then we have it from 62 come right up. So if we change even one thing by it, we have the original. Yes. So from we have it, we keep it. Continue, Pat. Him still go. Yes.
So right now, the Titan brothers, we have to call upon the people and the powers that be, like Fid, Mocha, all the investigation arms them in Jamaica, Go take a look on this piece of shit where Andrew them have in our country, Cause pay money laundering this nastiness and go out with the place. Yeah? Pay money laundering. And we are tell it as it is. Cause that we are see when we look down the avenue. Just look how much place Andrew Holness meet him. We have all of the video them, all of the meetings with him and Andrew Holness, the greetings and all these things, But this guy about nowhere in our hemisphere. Him come from Asia. Yeah, but him come to Jamaica, come and live luxury life. I get all the contract them. But people just look when them do the app for GPS, Tough tongue come out and say, them not pay for it. Further down when you do the investigation track and trace, guess where them get paid? Guess where them give him $3 million? $3 million them give him for build the app for GPS. We can't have them things in the country, people. The taxpayers' hard-earned cash is being splashed around by Andrew Holness administration, paying all his cronies operative to carry out corruption, robbing the nation of its tax capacity. Because Andrew tell you, say, him no like pay tax. Zara Bird interview me now. That come out of Andrew mouth. Say him no like pay tax. What run the country nasty this Andrew? A tax run the country. So all you want to live on the back of the poor people. The poor people might pay too much tax. You live on the motorists them. You live on the car vendor them. But you don't want to pay no tax. Eh? Igla get tax in the market. You pay for just selling a market. Cat man a pay tax to push cat with them body weight. You are on big multi-billion conglomerate companies, but you refuse to pay tax. You don't like tax. So you bring your guy come in and now to bamboozle the administrator of tax. The tough thing them I use it up on UHWI. Everybody I use it. Everybody using it because you started it, Prime Minister. So all the other ministers them follow suit. Because if you can't do it, then they must say to themselves that we not can do it too. This is why you tell them don't sign the code of conduct. Jamaican people must whoop them eye pound now. Yeah? Because under your administration, you don't want the rules and regulation, you know. You don't want nobody scrutinize on how you conduct yourself on a day-to-day basis, you know. This is why we have so much unaccounted procurement guidelines in the country. By all of the ministry them, where your member of parliament them preside over agriculture ministry, flight green, $870 million. Upper Uhwi, tough down, $521 million. Yeah. And that amount up to 51. Yeah. Contract when I have no pure procurement guideline attached to it. But under that alone, the entire health sector has been defrauded by tough down to the tune of several billion, almost 30 million. People are not joking, you know. Cornwall, beryllium at 24.5 billion that from a project originally, being projected to cost 2 billion. So if you put it to 24.5 billion at 22.5 billion over budget that now. And if you add all of them other money with tough down and move, like the 85 million, plus up a Uhwi, you know, the 500 and add, plus all the way around where you see all Pernell Charles, brother Wentworth Charles, I give out contracts, same Ministry of Health, to some garbage where a known gambler, yeah, to Wayne Smith, yeah, former member of parliament, Derek Smith's son, $2.5 billion contract for cheese and crackers. When you look, you see him give another contract to Kenny Benjamin, down at Western Children and Adolescent Hospital. $3 billion contract for security. People no see where I go on in the Ministry of Health. Over 30 billion alone tough down take away. Tough down for that prison. Like no. And you need to gather in all the sheep them around him who are formulating the plan of corruption. Send with the whole of them. Without you clean up that sector of health, Jamaica have no future going forward. And I tell you, my Jamaican people, level 4 travel advisory will remain intact. Under this garbage minister tough down. We have to move him. And I yield back the floor to my brother.
All right, so I could not snap this because we're going to play the Dan Jackson now. But before I play that, Sagicor, remember think about this. Pan Yaso. Baron, you remember Sagicor fix them out now, you know, Pan Dr. Daz. Sagic dirty thinking, core. You see this? Who are read this? When that's a little part.
You can read it.
All
right. Sprint legend Shelly and Fraser Price has challenged Jamaican from all walks of life to support the Sagicor Sigma 25th Legacy Run on Sunday, February 12, 2023. And in so doing, contribute to Jamaica development. She made the call during Tuesday launch at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel, New Kingston, in light of the ambition and unprecedented target of 75 million set by the organizer to raise funds for the pediatric unit at the University Hospital of the West Indies and the Edna Manley College of Arts.
All right, so good.
Yeah.
All right, let's stop it right there. So why big dirty thinking Sagicor them on out for? Dr. Daz never tell no lie. Them money will not them not be in a pediatric ward. This is 3 years ago. Next month are coming, next week and next month. Right? So this is February the 12th. February the 12th are like 2 weeks from now. 3 weeks.
Right.
3 weeks. 2 weeks plus. Can we go there around the 22nd now? Yes. So nearly 3 weeks from now on February the 12th. Right? So why we never know now? When they say we spend the money 24th. 2024, and only does I get a CT scan for what? Nearly 80 million, on stink and full of shit. Only if you go away, when it's garbage. People, if you buy that to the matter about number, first of all, Sagicor, first of all, the CT scan couldn't take so long if you go purchase. over 2 years. And them now come in to tell now, we just say, to them I deal with the Auditor General I deal with it last month. Them month said them buy a CT scan, you know. But the money was not for no CT scan. And CT scan at 20 million when you fix it up. When you buy it, clear it, and set it up. It's not expensive like that. Not 80 million, not 79.8 million. 79 million to 200,000. That is bullshit. When you say we now build a pediatric ward with the money, nothing no go so. And man now run out and I want to run out and defend. Remember, we're there for exposing a piece of shit, you know. Yeah? So I want to corrupt it to the big old dirty thinking Sagicor. Make with us telling this. Yeah? Remember, you know, this is like they repeat them down there, just let you know, go say, you know, we different run here, you know. If I'm going to jump in our way, you know, we are paying to know, and our shit to, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah? Yes, we not play with none of you. Go away. Yeah? Don't cover up the corruption around here. Taking now to that Byron, because we go to big dirty thinking, mama, right now.
Yes,
man. Hero people, hero Diane, sum up the whole thing, she read it out. And she do a look at dissect, you know, we can't finish dissect. Instead of Big Mama do this, Big Mama coming up and talk about tax and about PNP. Me have that to big dirty thinking, Mama. Big Mama now have no more of an authority to talk about no taxes. That is big dirty thinking, swati, Mama. Should have been a prison long time. You can owe over $1 billion. And by the way, Big Mama taxes, and like you buy something and then this, you know, Big Mama taxes, if you owe how much million for GCT, that means you owe lamp on it. You owe lamp on government money. When you owe much, you owe in trust more than 70 million, that means you collect the money and you keep it for yourself. Anything where you're just criminal, it's a piece of shit. Because remember now your money that come out, you know. It will come out of people pay and things for you pay it over. But instead of pay it over, you keep it. Yeah? That no bigger criminality than anything else, brother.
Oh, yes.
Big Mama supposed to talk about no tax about a Big Mama full of shit like crab.
But fam, it carries more ripple effect than that, you know. Because remember that Flavor Williams, right? And look at the nepotism, look at the cronyism. Flavor Williams is on the have shares in NNN. Remember that?
Yes.
So that's a very serious criminality where the Minister of Finance, right, having shares in NNN, and where NNN continue to hold the government more than $1.8 billion every year, right? Stretching from God, he knows when he has been owed the government over $1 billion. So as you break it down, Wayne, which is very important that you have said it.
Yes.
That when you look on the if you are to compartmentalize, right, as it relates to the breaking down of money that he collected, Wayne, from employee like NHT, NIS,
yes,
right, and all those direct taxes,
they
have not been paid over, right?
Yes.
And so what we are seeing here is that the government is facilitating, right, tax evasion coming from Big Mama. But not only that, Big Mama committed tax evasion and continue, you understand, to not paying up his tax in total. How were they able to merge with Revo? I want political thing is here now. How were they able to merge with Revo, right, having that outstanding debt? It shouldn't done. But again, who are the direct partners, silent partners in Revo?
Andrew, your part, maybe that's ask you. Because remember you can.
We like you ask a question there, no? You
see the cronyism now. Anything where we forget, add them over there so get. Revo. We don't want to call it not yet. Reco or Relo.
Yes.
Them it, hey, Big Mama just come pay your taxes.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's a little ripple effect because no, not Revo, right, merge with NNN, right? NNN have not completely cleared its taxes. still owed $1 billion. This is serious.
Very.
Again, who is behind? Who are the silent partners of Revo? Because Dushanti Savadia is really just a face.
Not face that a washer woman.
It's really just a face.
A washer lady that.
Right? Yeah. The person who is driving the cash behind Dushanti Savadia, that is what investigation needs to be done as it relates to how Dushanti Savadia said he came with the original source of fund.
Yes.
That need to be investigated. Because when you tell me,
yes,
me now, right, in terms of my entire family, and I love my family.
Yes.
Me, I got to take up $45,000 and say
450 Byron.
Sorry. All right, watch it out, loan to my melting pot. Right? If me know say, all right, my family member has a problem as it relates to alcohol. He's a junkie based on his history. You understand? Being kicked out of his parents' home about age 10.
Yes, and raped by my uncle too.
You understand? And all of that. And having that troubling pathway in terms of, his, transition up until this point. And he comes to me now, right? And asks me to, right, deal with finance a program, right, where you're talking about some up or certain things that he doesn't know about. Remember, it is not like he's, telling me about a product that he manipulate the product. Him know how to create the product and him know how to blah, 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 blah. Nothing like that. Him just tell me an idea. And you understand? I want me to finance the idea. And I am going to say, whoa, what a wonderful idea. Here is $450,000.
And then by the way, no move. Him same bill, him start. But which part in Jamaica you start, sir? Because we don't know a building, not all where you start from. That's a number one. Number two, which person we don't know, I just take nearly $500,000 US. Because US might get it in a better. Remember, if you put it at 150 to 1, when it's at 120 to 1, better that about like 60, like 50 in 450, like $50 million at the time. 120, just put it on there, so right? So let me see something now. Yeah, because 12, 48, and then
54 million.
4 million that. Put that, yes. Put that, right? 120. So you have 54 million. Somebody then which bank system you go with? And can you couldn't go say somebody lend me this? They must have jobs money. You don't have work, you don't have nothing. You don't have no food. And somebody who them send that to, or them wire that to you, or you get the money.
Exactly.
No, but this is the question I want to ask a piece of shit. Or you get the money to Jamaica, you go somewhere else, we shall lie them and see it by the system. Because that's a big some jobs money. Nobody now wire them money there too. Or you get that money there. And
get the money.
Which bank in Jamaica take this money from you? Because you have the money somewhere, Remember, if a man does, you're not businessman. I'm a matter of fact, people. He might teach about meditation. Him say him never going and nothing like this. So him never have nothing more to teach him meditate and live without money. And all of a sudden, your friend, then you're $54 million Jamaican. Or you get that money transfer. Can you say US? Ooh, that's what he said. If you go in a bank now and you have your one US brother and you draw 10,000, them a question you. Or you get 450,000 move. Or you do that without license, not at all. You don't have the money, you're broke. Your uncle like a car, your drunk car, your uncle, you're a place. Oh, yeah. Brother. Yeah.
But only that. That sort of wiring.
Yes.
Right? Would have hit the Swiss system.
Yes.
Right? That passed through the Swiss system automatically.
But one get it, brother.
Well, that's why I am saying, Wayne, that
money in it, brother. And that's him I say.
Mocha need to investigate it, and him can't take it back, you know.
Him can't take it back, we have it.
You man, him can't redact on that.
No.
That's stand predominant. Yes, and if that money did wire, if that money, we are telling this now, you know. If that money wire from St. Martin to you in a Jamaica, you never say you go a St. Martin, you know.
Never yet.
Yeah, him never said that.
No.
But the money, him just call a friend up at St. Martin and him just sell the friend the idea. The friend doesn't nothing car. You know, the friend there, St. Martin in there, Jamaica. Yeah. One king and one prince and princess, they just give him a box of grocery in the same early part of the year then. Yeah. So man on nobody. They owe money wire to you in the tune of 54 million Jamaican dollars. And you don't nobody, you know, want no business. Yeah, which bank? Which bank? Who all the money there for you without questioning you the source?
But
the legit source of the money.
But this guy, I don't know where he come from. I don't know if he feel like him as incredible, him so incredible. No, you don't have no money at all. No get to you can get up tomorrow morning and go a bank. And when you look somebody that send 450,000 US. It gone up now, you know, so I'm more now.
Yes.
That million that.
We can withdraw that way. And we have the evidence.
So, oh, you ever get who number one, the bank not take that, so you know.
No.
But not take it. If you go with even cash or you get something for the bank this, they might ask how you get this money. Me not ask you, and they may call police by you. Much says 450,000. You don't have no money, you're barefoot, you're a rape victim by your uncle. Yeah, and saying you don't have no money, you don't have no food, you don't have nothing. And a man give you 54 million, lend you 54 million, you just call him and then give you so. Which part are you by the 54 million?
That's what you said,
you say pay back. It's a nastiness part.
Yeah.
It's a nastiness. So which party put the money? Which no, because the bank, they have to investigate the bank too. Because we have to know where you get the money from. We have to know where you get it. Judgment you carry another place. Or the bank accept your money. You know, born in Jamaica. And by the way, or you get Jamaican papers so quick.
And that me want to know too.
Yeah, book. It's illegal, you know. That's illegal. Yes, you can't just you have to join the line. So you could just come to our place and then you tell people to meditate without money and all of a sudden you come with an idea and then you have wow, this is bullshit. That is bullshit. When I talk is bullshit. Them are using for wash money, I wash a lady.
Total nonsense.
Yeah, them give him the contract button for them money. Now when you have him there and him come from India, him can send back things now. Yeah, like make it my wash the money clean for them and them can't fly to India. By the way, Andrew, where your wife got to India for? And carry a delegation. Never seen that. And next thing, let me ask you now. So number 13, Andrew, she's not a minister. Why the hell she gonna do something? What she gonna do? Where beneficial for Jamaica for she carry delegation? I mean some street food. With a business fair belly, she good. Yeah? I mean street food and putting up that. I chronicle that. Well, that benefit, where the benefit out of that Byron for Jamaica? Where's the benefit? So you have spent millions of dollars. Andrew, you have in a bank account number with millions in it. I wonder if look, but you have to tell me so. And by the way, since I do that by your name before I play this, Andrew, you know, Joe, NFWMA name, you fire him, you move him up. More know, and yeah. More if you move him up. Him are the chairman, hey. Him are the chairman for your thing there, Fly Green, Chow. Chow, you out? Let me talk with Feds or watch your eel or anything like that. You out? And Andrew move it. Andrew, you fire him? You just fire him, because him a try don't eat. Him a try any eat round you. And you put pleasure here, man. And you put treasure. You put treasure in the thing when you put it down that in a St. Elizabeth. You know that clean up thing the way you go on with the Black River. More and if you fire show in if you make one know here. Yes. Me give the people them some more but more and know. Me like ask questions. Remember me listen man. Remember Jamaica free, you know. We don't have foolishness with them, you know. So we like ask some questions before we come out with some things here. And then what we like the feds. You remember when the feds them ask a question, them have the answer, don't it? Maybe just say that clean and nice to you, yeah? You know, when the feds them back you up, and that me like with foreign police, you know. When them back you up and them ask you some question, you know, them already have the answer, you know. But them ask you and say they are beat you full. Yes. When the feds them ask a question, them have the answer, you know. But them ask you. Well, we are asking some question, we want some answer for. Yes, sir? Please.
Relevant questions. Those questions are relevant questions.
Relevant questions.
Ask them again, Lonzo.
Yes. So we are asking if we get rid of chow if chow act. Yeah, if it hide upon chow. Chow, any hide upon you? Yes.
I want to ask Holness a question as the Chief Civil Servant, the Prime Minister of Jamaica. I know the member of Parliament, them get them holiday in December. Yeah. And Parliament, you know, was closed off and Parliament convened back our 13th of January. How come size 13 missed the 2 first sitting of Parliament? I will see her drink tea out a clear cup.
Hold on there. Look on this. Let me see this. Let me see where, what is, Goodwin. How about Goodwin was right? Let me just read the thing, Goodwin. So we're not here, man. Okay. So you're sending back Goodwin. Me understand what you're saying. Me see. So, yes. You're sending back. Okay. Go through, Pat. Yes.
Yes, so we are saying, you know, how come the Speaker of the House missed the first 2 sitting 2026? Why our visit could not be done during the time when all the ministers were on holiday? Jamaica is in a crisis period right now, you know. The hurricane victims, them are still not being looked after. Lots of variances as it relates to $6.7 billion hurricane relief fund package, where no checks and balances done on certain pivotal question must be asked in regard to that in a Parliament. But the designated Speaker of the House absent 2 consecutive weeks. We see her down in India taste all type of snack and I drink tea out a clear cup, acting like she's the Foreign Affairs Minister with a delegation, wasting taxpayers' money that Jamaica need right now to restore the country infrastructure and to restore people life who have been greatly damaged by Hurricane Melissa. But we see where this administration from them get the $6.7 billion US loan. Them just splash money all over the place. Fireworks, all type of thing that take place. Money I get to church, all type of thing that take place. And I know not one solitary roof put on back. Not one solitary roof put on back. And the people at Jamaica, this money was given to the government to restore back them life and them community. But the government have money now, yeah, higher than Mount Everest. And so we are keenly observing what is going on. Don't think that you're going to use up the money for no one personal agenda and then put back the burden on the taxpayers, the poor, suffering Jamaican, to shoulder the responsibility of paying back that $6.7 billion. We see where JPS benefit greatly, but we know the majority shareholder are from Far East, Japan and Korea, and them have 80% stakeholdership in a JPS. But we know you them put 1 penny towards the restoration of the company where them are run. We see some guy hastily construct a fund for the JPS, telling the Jamaican people lie in regard. All type of figure was brandished about. Nobody could get the true amount of money that the government put towards JPS. But when we look, we see the same individual with a close family friend being awarded contract totaling 100 million. We know these are the way the mechanism of them use to rob the money through the corruption channel. That woman Leka from Stuart Auto Supply, who has been getting all the contract from VARS as it relates to bringing in buses and bringing in trucks towards the GPS restoration program. Was that contract a legally tendered contract where you put on the table? Where the man with the best bid supposed to benefit by getting that contract? Because the contract works in two ways. You know? It have to benefit the government and it have to benefit the person who bid for the contract. So we can't have no emergency contract, yeah, and them type of contract there, and no direct contract where we not get to no friend. Contract like these must be tendered. So this hanky-panky business where Andrew Holness and them criminal member of parliament them are playing in Jamaica, it must stop. And when I say it just stop and people just walk scot-free, it must be stopped by investigation being done to find these individuals criminally liable for defrauding the country of billions of dollars. And their asset must be confiscated and we liquidate it back again because them own a whole heap of building all over the place. You know. Whole heap of building. The money them hide up in a cement, black, sand and steel. We need to confiscate it and liquidate it and give it back to the taxpayers' fund pool. Yes, my brother, I'll back the floor.
We can play this part because of dissect this story.
What kind of slackness has been going on at the University Hospital of the West Indies? Who knew about?
You can move one. All right. Can you see that now? Come up. That come up? Yes, come up. All right. We can play now. Hear this. What's this?
How long has it been going on? And what happens now? I'm Dion Jax Miller. Thank you so much for joining me. Time for tea. So the Auditor General put out a report on the shenanigans going on at the University Hospital. And man, it's hard to believe that this is an institution getting billions of dollars in taxpayers' money. A long time ago, you know, I used to work in government. And if you buy sweetie, the accountant would have dip on your neck to get receipt and to account for every penny you spend. So how was this going on for so long? And I have a big question related to that coming up later in the program. Now, after I finish the video, you'll see it is clear that what was happening at the hospital, at the very least, threw the door wide open for the potential of corruption and kickbacks. This is a 72-page report. The Auditor General goes into a number of issues. It's so serious that I'm going to have to do a series of videos so I can do a deep dive into each of the findings in this report so we can really take a good look at what was happening here. So in this first video, I want to look at the completely shocking revelation that the University Hospital of the West Indies abused its tax-exempt status to buy things for public sector companies or individuals, costing the country over $22 million that we know of. Only that we know about. It's likely much more, as you will see in a moment. And I have to pause here for a moment so we can seriously take this in. This is a country where healthcare workers have been demonstrating because of conditions in the hospitals, where we have unemployed doctors even though our hospitals need doctors, where we have patients sleeping in chairs for days because we don't have ward space and bed space for them, where you better walk with your sheet for some hospitals and you know you're buying your own medication. And in this country, we have a situation where we have a hospital letting people get away with not paying millions of dollars in customs fees that could have gone to help the healthcare system. No, hold on, let me say this again. What we actually have is a hospital colluding with people to allow them to not pay millions of dollars in taxes that could have gone to help our healthcare system, our education system, our police force, and so much more. And of course, we're talking about the hospital. What we really mean are hospital officials, people in the hospital did do this. And apparently, it's been going on for years. So let's
tell you there are people in there. Big Mama move it from the people that will buy and pot. Him just aim to other people like who in there. Tough time put them there, you know.
Yes.
You know, so them corrupted.
Yes. Let's look at what the report said. So this important finding that I'm starting off with. So this was a key finding in the report. I'll start off with just telling you what the key finding is and the summary of what happened, and then we'll look at the details. It says the University Hospital of the West Indies inappropriately used its tax-exempt status to import goods for private companies, resulting in losses totaling $23.1 million. Customs records show...
They run business, so them import, but they charge you, and charge melting pot and charge me. Yeah. And then them have the money there, and then them use the status, but them still charge me the thing for the things there. So you have to find out. So them up there to get locked up really, Yeah? Yeah.
That items such as office furniture, laundry, medical equipment were declared as hospital imports. But when them look on the inventory, the record showed these were not acquired by the hospital and were instead obtained by private entities. The Auditor General said this misrepresentation is a breach of the Customs Act, resulting in over $20 million in unpaid import duties. Section 209, subsection 1 of the Act prohibits false declarations on customs documents with violations subject to fine.
Stop that. So anybody do the false document and thing at them up at the hospital, so them customer from go for. So them you see that? Them a draw a card from custom, then them sell back the things that them carry in and do what them do. So who won't carry up there, them a criminal Byron and Pat. You see it?
Yeah.
Because man. PMP no work up there. You understand? This a big dirty mama who over 1 billion in a tax, you know, what criminal, you know. I call people about criminal and taxes. Continue.
Or prosecution. The first and most important thing to know is that we have no idea at this point how far this went. What the Auditor General found out looks like it's just the tip of a very big iceberg. Look at this. The report said, right, they got a data set of 2,991 import entries. So the data set is nearly 3,000 import entries they were looking at for this period of time. Can't look at all of them because it takes a lot of time to do the tracking. So they selected a sample of 20 out of nearly 3,000, right? Specifically imported equipment and other goods for detailed analysis to see whether or not the hospital could account for these items. Bearing in mind, by the way, this was a whistleblower issue. Somebody messaged or called or emailed the Auditor General and said, look, something now go on here, so on the need for come look. So basically,
so you see what them do, Byron? Them showed, I showed them said, take a sample from this because something. But it blew up the whole thing and blew up the whole tough tongue them thing, you know. Like them that look, somebody forgot sticker run out pan, you know. The whistleblower, but it blew up everything. And she said, I'll be a criminal for over 6 years, them do this.
That they had these 3,000 import entries. They said, let's look at 20 for detailed analysis to see whether or not the hospital could account for these items in light of the allegations received. They said they identified discrepancies with 8 of the entries, including one that the whistleblower did tell them about. They said because of constraints in resources, scope, and time, they couldn't do a bigger sample size. But they said the seriousness of these findings warrants further investigation to determine the full extent of revenue losses and to address any potential misconduct. Absolutely agree with this. Nearly 3,000 entries. They said, let's look at 20 of them. Yeah. And they found discrepancies in 8 out of the 20. That is 40%. In 40% of the entries they looked at, they found discrepancies. So if it is now that we said there's going to be 40% discrepancies, let's just take that. We don't know that that's so, but let's just take that as an example of the potential scope of this problem. What could we have been looking at? It could be then that of the 3,000 entries, nearly 3,000 entries, there were 1,200 cases in which there were discrepancies if what is happening in the sample holds true to the wider number. And again, we don't know that that's...
So, Big Mama now, if you have so much input, right, 3,000, let's tickle that 9 less 3,000. And then they can look a sample 20 and then get 8 out of it. Why Big Mama want to point out, but our PMP there have the, and then I make a big mountain out of that. When you have so much thing we miss, it's a Big Mama them a shit do. Yeah, he might try, yeah, deflect, you know, better. Yeah? Watch out.
So, but the Auditor General says we need a full investigation to figure out how bad this is. And as I said, completely agree. I'm sure you agree with that as well. Not true? All right, so let's go into the details a little bit. And trust me, you need to sit back, grab your tea, grab your wine, grab your coffee, and buckle up because this is disgraceful. On 3 separate occasions between December 2023 and December 2024. So look, this is just a space of 1 year, you know, 1 year. In 1 year, on 3 separate occasions, the hospital improperly used its tax-exempt status to facilitate importation of laundry equipment for a private company. And the Auditor General is calling this private company One. The imported goods had a combined cost, insurance, and freight value of approximately 28 million. The improper use of the hospital's tax exemption status resulted in tax relief of 6.6 million because this resulted in the private company not paying the import duties. The misrepresentation resulted in the private company benefiting from the hospital's tax-exempt status, which was granted because it is a public body. So potentially evading customs duties and resulting in revenue loss to the government. And
well, one thing they don't know still, you know, let me just tell them from now, Pata and Byron. Me, we have a private company and me go to them who run that, right? Because me in the same hospital thing, right? And me go to them. But them charge me the money, you know. But them keep it in them one pocket pot. You understand what I'm saying? And that them go find out, you know. So you know, say the 6 million, them now just make you go with that, so you know. Them are gonna put it by your things where you buy. But them now it's a way for them thief it and get rich. So it's good when you can talk to them and find out where them pick. And them have some receipt when who them buy it from, you know. If them even get it from on this or something, them have it, you know. See? So we don't know who they are, so the board who are doing it, how much money they make off of these import Byron. You understand? So you can't put that past. Big Mama run out and a pint to go PMP with him big dirty thing himself. Over 1.8 billion. We are him. You see much thing they write us about Byron? And him go to one.
Yeah, man.
And I talk about PMP. That piece of shit. Continue. If there's a blame them for you in a brother, in Ghana private company. One. Set one by PMP. You understand? Continue.
Again, every time I talk about revenue loss and the import duties not paid, think about our people sitting up in chairs because we're not in a hospital bed and ward space for them. All right? Think about that. Now it's worse. It's not just that customs fees were avoided. The hospital actually spent money on this. The report says the hospital incurred additional costs of 1.9 million related to these.
That means people at the hospital benefit. Because they make the hospital spend like 1 hour, then them sell it back. And them carry it and them so them make money by run. Them beat the taxpayer, but and them up there, so you have to hold them. Yeah, them behind this
transactions because they had to pay things like administrative and compliance fees, customs tax, brokerage, storage fees, freight charges, even though these were being charged for items which never belonged to the hospital. These costs, combined with the misuse of the tax-exempt status and the loss of tax revenue, not only highlighted systemic weaknesses in the hospital's procurement and import management processes, but represented serious management override.
Management override. That's not tough time right there, so. Right? Management override. Continue.
importation of laundry equipment for a private company. And the Auditor General is calling this private company One. The import duty is not paid. Think about our people sitting up in chairs because we're not in a hospital bed and ward space for them. All right, think about that. No, it's worse. It's not just that customs fees were avoided. The hospital actually spent money on this. The report says the hospital incurred additional costs of 1.9 million related to these transactions because they had to pay things like administrative and compliance fees, customs tax, brokerage, storage fees, freight charges, even though these were being charged for items which never belonged to the hospital. These costs, combined with the misuse of the tax-exempt status and the loss of tax revenue, not only highlighted systemic weaknesses in the hospital's procurement and import management processes, but represented serious management override.
Continue.
Because of all this, came up to about 8.5 million. So this was a 6.6 million in custom duty relief, in addition to 1.9 million that Uhwi spent on tax and other charges. Yeah. And you can see here, this is the 3 occasions on which Uhwi did this over the course of a year. Laundry trolley, washing machine.
So, and this big mama talk about doing a laundry trolley, washing machine, he talk about the other thing where I say go at the other doctor place and a PMP own it. He not talk about like this.
In politics with the situation.
That him do.
Automatic washer, extractor, dryer, all kind of things. And you can see here the total CIF value for the various importations, how much tax customs calculated in all, then the tax relief, so how much tax was paid in all, and the additional charges that Uhwi racked up. So what happened was that an overseas supplier invoiced the laundry equipment to UHWI, but the hospital didn't present any purchase requisitions, procurement records, or purchase orders for the items. There were no records indicating that the hospital paid the overseas supplier for the goods, nor were the items reflected in UHWI's inventory records, suggesting that the goods did not belong to the hospital. On May 13, 2025, a formal request was made to UHWI seeking assistance in locating relevant procurement and payment records for the items. The CEO's response, dated May 26, 2025, confirmed that the hospital facilitated the transactions through its contract and administration unit, which requested checks for customs services required for clearance. The CEO further stated that the equipment was purchased by the private company and that there were no procurement or payment records held by the university hospital for these items, nor were they included in inventory records. All right, irregularities in import documentation and discrepancies in ownership declarations. The hospital provided inconsistent and misleading statements in its declarations to customs regarding
the hospital, and that means them know what they want to buy one. Because them give them inconsistency and I give them things to throw them off. And them out the business. But Big Mama half a PNP. That piece of shit will owe so much money. You see this? Continue.
Who owned the things. This was an offense under the Customs Act. The hospital indicated that a formal investigation was initiated to review the transactions, documentation, and decision-making processes.
So them have an investigation up there deal with.
And that Customs was notified, but evidence of this communication was not provided. The import declaration document, dated December 28, 2023, reflected the hospital's private wing as the importer and consignee, with the former CEO of the hospital as the person responsible for financial settlement. On the other hand, the bill of lading, hope I'm pronouncing this right, named the hospital as a consignee and notifying party, which signifies legal ownership and responsibility for the goods. Additionally, an undated declaration letter from the hospital featured the name and signature of the former CEO. The customs declaration also displayed the name and stamp signature of the same former CEO, and this was dated December 28, 2023, despite the fact that his employment ended on November 1, 2022. The hospital's declaration letter stated that the goods were imported solely for the hospital and that the import duty was exempted under the university.
That said it was solely for them, but them sell it. So them do the thing, but Big Mama some we pick out one place.
Act with GCT being zero rated under the law. Same thing happened in relation to the second importation. Same thing. Third importation. Same thing. Not going to go through it because it says basically the same thing. All right. Inconsistencies and misleading statements. The report says these discrepancies suggested potential misrepresentation of responsibility and ownership, raising concerns about the legitimacy of the import declarations and the accuracy of the information provided to customs authorities. On May 26, 2025, the hospital CEO provided written confirmation saying the transaction was carried out by the hospital through the contracted administration unit, which requested checks for the various customs services needed to clear the items. There will be no purchase order number or payment record for this company, as the equipment was purchased by, and we're not told the name of whoever it is that purchased the equipment. All right, so you see what was happening here. Absolute slackness, all right? And more than slackness, but I'll leave it at slackness for now. So just these 3 transactions that the Auditor General was talking about came up to about $8.5 million in lost revenue. So I did a little bit of internet math, all right? Just to give you an example, don't hold me hard and fast to these figures. A high-end hospital bed, from what I can see, fully electric hospital bed, said costs about $10,000 US. So $10 million in lost revenue could buy us 6 hospital beds. There are 6 people sitting up in chairs in our hospital right now who could be in a bed if this Nena go on. So yeah, absolutely disgraceful. And let me make one more point, because this is what audits are for, both internal audits and external audits, to catch Bandulo business. So it's shocking that none of this was caught by UA auditors, except stick a pin, because there are a lot of things the hospital didn't do, and apparently audits was one of them. Because the report said UA had not submitted annual reports and audited financial statements for the past 6 years, from 2019 to 20 to 2024 to 2025, showing how about $65 billion in subventions from the government were used. $65 billion that we don't know what they do with it because they haven't submitted audited.
So under tough tongue, same way. Nobody now for audit can put him friend them there, them do what they want to do. When you look now at the same duplicate thing I go on now, we wanna fight green. 700 7 what 80? I saw
870
million. At the same thing, no, not that same way. So the whole everything, remember the same Auditor General Byron. The same Auditor General, let's say Andrew a duplicate and some money, them can't tell where I spend the money to. At the same thing, the one of them are going with.
Yeah, but
financial.
They speak in respective of several of the ministries, you know. Remember, say one of the core problem is that many of the ministries, as it relates to Andrew Holness administration, have not been submitting appropriation accounts. You understand, for several years.
Yes.
Right. So and it run across most of the ministries, if not all. Right. So it's really a very serious and chronic problem. Yeah. Right, because when you look at it, right, Deanne Jackson said she would just leave it at, right out slackness, but it is thievery.
A thief, man, yes.
It's criminal.
Yes.
It's nepotism, cronyism, and kickback.
Yes. So them sell
misappropriation of.
Yes.
The thing is, and outrightly robbing the country's revenue.
But they have more than that. So the revenue come up to people. If the revenue come up to 23 million, with them rob. Byron, them have 65 billion B. We don't know how them spend it. We don't know if them have half of that 30 billion gone for themselves. From 2019, them not find nothing for sure how them spend taxpayers' money. Exactly. So them nasty up there. Them nasty up there. Big mama brother.
One of the things that we have to make a comparison with, right? And although when you see the consistency of the various ministries under Andrew Holness administration, right, not doing their annual appropriation account, right? Now under Michael Manley governance or PJ Patterson or Portia, Right? Remember, suppose on a ramp, you know.
This could not
remember, suppose send Jackson to prison, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So all of what you have seen being happening and being allowed to happen, you understand, is as a result of Andrew Holness.
Yes,
all of this is just telling you that Andrew Holness, you understand, is a corrupted person.
True.
Because I remember where Portia Simpson under PJ Patterson leadership, right, identify certain things, and Portia Simpson went out and never stopped until Jack Smith was prosecuted. We all bear witness with that. So then you're telling me now, right, why Andrew Holness cannot hold the bull by the horn. Andrew Holness cannot hold the bull by the horn because Andrew Holness, is involved. Andrew Holness is the person who definitely influencing all of these things. Why Mystic Sensation say that? Well, Andrew Holness did not sign the code of conduct and also encourages men not to sign the code of conduct. Why did he do that? Why did he do that? He doesn't want to be held accountable, you understand, for anything. And as a premeditated plan to go in and rob the country's purse. Why did I say that? Well, obviously, his statutory declaration cannot be certified. And why they cannot be certified? Obviously, because he cannot explain his wealth. I mean, it is just, hey, it is just clear. But what I would like is like, you know, like Dean Jackson Miller, right, and other persons, right, who are following the revelation of these things. I think that they should come out more firmly, and call a spade a spade.
Yes.
It's outright criminality, right? And I understand the professionalism in terms of trying to be politically correct, but that is what now continue because these people have no shame. So they like when you are politically correct. You understand? They like when you are politically correct. We need to call them out. You understand? And let them know that they are criminals. Right? Because here it is that UHWI, right? Using the tax exemption system to do what?
Also.
Right?
And rob.
Definitely. This is what I'm saying. Rob the country's revenue. Because if you give your friend tax exemption where you are not to, right? Then that is a problem. The revenue that you're robbing the country's revenue. So then if someone's supposed to carry in X amount of machine and supposed to go through the appropriate tax deductions, right? And you let him circumvent that. Well, obviously.
But Byron, no
problem.
Maybe question. Byron, maybe put it away at all. Because we can't just you away. Let me say it again.
Yes.
Me, I wonder if, all right, me and you are melting pot of a company, one of them company we are carrying some things, right? And we check you away. But you will get the things them for 10 million when them buy, but them are give you for 20. Now, them put everything and we have to pay you, you know. But them wait, because remember we are get it, you know. But them buy it and get it for maybe 2 million each. Yeah, and 5 million each. Then get the tax exempt and then still sell it for 20. So them up there rob the money. We cannot stop them. Because you understand what I say, brother? Because them
is it that way you identify with?
Yes.
That way you identify now is what you call kickbacks.
Kickback.
Come in.
So you kick in a both ways, them are kicking up. Them take them keep the tax to themselves because them use the exempt, but them are give the things. Because them not give under price really, you know. Them are give for your price because we know we are gonna look for a seat.
Yes.
If we have it for 20 million, they might say give it 18.
Yeah.
All right, we could make them carry 18. But really, you know, them not pay the tax. So they might get enough time cheaper. When them get it for with the tax, they bring it up. So if them say 18, we say 20, we'll get it for. Them give it for 18 and we think we are keep.
But watch out.
Tax and rob everything.
Watch this. A two set of skimming them doing away. Two set
And
of
then
skimming.
I say,
Right, number one, the tax exemption.
Them skim that.
Them eat a food out of that too, you know.
Yeah, they're not them.
And then the product, they buy it back. The higher class, you know.
They're not that. So
it's wicked.
And that them I do.
Yeah.
Them line them pocket. Yes.
Line them pocket.
But make we look on something now. Because something is right in front of us, you know. Yeah, as it relates to where I'm going up at UWI. Because remember, you know, the Board of Administration at the UHI Institute, you know. A tough tongue commission that himself, you know.
Of course.
Yeah.
Tough tongue overrule senior medical staff up here who wanted to do for them one reformation as it relates to the staff, the administration side of things.
Yes.
Tough tongue bully them and set up this. But they will show us something.
Yes.
Yeah. But what is not my titan, brother? You see that practice here a long time it go on, you know.
Long time.
They're gonna show you who you utilize it. How in Ellington utilize it when them doing film private security company, you know. I use the state resource.
And rob the state.
And rob the state. So it's that thing where even the commissioner.
Yes.
It's that thing where even the past commissioner knows that the government to deal with. Him use it when him leave commission and go in a private business as a private citizen.
Dalrymple executed the same thing.
Dalrymple executed. It's a widespread.
Criminal
it's a widespread philosophy where them are used, where I come from the top, where you know that preside over by Andrew Holness. So everybody use it.
Me get to no mad no man. Well, I make it finish that. I'm play a big mama piece of it. Me I get to mash up the place now, you know. That guy, hey, people, by 24 hours, we want so much money him going a tax. It for the pan every light post. Big mama figure away. Him is a piece of shit. You know, play politics for you, so we say, all right. Make a play this and then make a finish up like Titans. Hear this.
10 dialysis machines that were brought in. It was 12.
So people, you hear me say it was not 10. So I'm going to the people them know what the dialysis. Remember, you know, them people, my brothers, them do interview past CVM and tell us them spend the money, them brought in some things. So it's 12 them say. So I like him find out, so it's not 10, it's 12. And it up now place and it belongs to a PMP. You see what Dan Jackson does push out the thing and tell you how much entry come in? So him definitely play politics, this piece of shit. But over $1 billion. Hear this? Hear this?
Yeah.
Gov'T Pharma and Medical Services, a subsidiary of Gov'T Group of Companies, has acquired...
They did not hide. It's a subsidiary of Gov'T Group of Companies. Them that come here stand do interview with Sita TV this. So if the pan is 12, the people that never did hide, them buy them things and again them get it. They buy it. So who skim the money and skim it up at UWI? You see me I talk about Byron? This is some of them hide. Them look here. Look what them say, son. And this big mama run out with. News of the people them put out there already. Look here. Look here.
A total of 12 new dialysis machines with the intention of making dialysis treatment more affordable to Jamaicans.
And that good if we get it more affordable at the greatest thing, them cut it 50%. Quite expensive. Hear this.
This is a Fresenius 2008 T hemodialysis machine, one of the latest models of dialysis machines from European healthcare company Fresenius. Consultant of Gov'T Pharma and Medical Services Sander Riches says the procurement of the machines is geared towards making a positive impact in healthcare. The intent is...
People, most of the time when the chairman come deal with nothing, you know. Them have people and it procure, so them know them are the thing that's all go by around.
Exactly.
And the chairman I go on and me and the chairman, so me know it I buy a water view. So I'm turning to the chairman. This chairman, him take over for Peter Phillips. There's so him just going to politics. So them see if you attack this man and we do so much in a private hospital. Private hospital, them run a private healthcare, right? Hear this.
To make treatment more affordable.
All this, what we're doing, is going to make a huge difference in healthcare in Jamaica. It's going to help patients dialyze better, more comfortable, and we're looking to do it at a better cost, make it affordable for the people in Jamaica.
Chairman of Jackden Group of Companies, Dennis Gordon, shares similar sentiments.
We believe this facility, as it was designed at the outset, is to allow the ordinary Jamaicans to get quality care at affordable price. And we're not going to back out from that. We're not a rapacious bunch. We will make money, but it's really about health care.
He adds that the company is devoted to a promise it made.
As we have said earlier, that the cost point is the biggest challenge for most Jamaicans. That's right. And we are given a commitment that we will go 50% of market, and we're sticking to that commitment.
So it depends, him say must stick to the commitment, they want to cut it down. So can most people not get no dialysis no better. So if him cut it down cheaper, them can't pay for it to help people. For Christ's sake, somewhere clean, somewhere good. I eat Big Mama say him pick out
It has nothing to do. That has nothing to do with any corruption.
No, can't buy them. And not even himself. And not even himself and company. And not even the chairman who go and go hard and not name of people who work. The one is a team, right? So you're the chairman and them that upgrade or whatever. But yes, still, Big Mama, I pick on this man.
With numerous requests by eager patients, the facility is in the process of completing the necessary regulations as it awaits a team of
key. You hear that? They must complete the regulations.
Yeah. Stop. I'm going to identify something.
Yes.
Although we are dealing with this, what Big Mama had done is more serious than this too, you know.
Enough time.
Because taking tax deductions from your staff, right? Your NIS, the NHT, and you don't pay them over. That is very serious, you know.
But in that prison a long time.
So I don't know. He has no moral authority to even speak on this subject.
No.
The truth be told, he has none.
None. Continue.
Nephrologists set to arrive at the end of June, so operation can begin in July.
And we're also learning, that other items were brought in.
Him also learning. It's 3,000 import. So I'm going about him also. The people that make an interview with CVM and something your piece of shit, yo. Go pay 1,000. Hey. It could be me neighbor. This is the worst piece.
What do you think? Hold on a minute. All we're going, you know.
Yes.
Right? It appears to me that maybe Brooks is just giving him some intel to, you know.
Him not illegal to him.
Exactly. Exactly, Wayne.
Yeah,
and then go like him do any investigation.
No. But the man do it online, but exactly. TV, we learning something and then do it on TV.
It is UHWI that offend the system, not him.
Not him, not the man. And then the man is a chairman. So something happened right now in the bank NCB. What them just say, so them just have 300,000. What them do? Them go for leeching and say, leeching, are you, them say NCB just have me.
Yes.
That we are leeching out for bankrupt. Them say NCB good. Kind of have shares in it. The man might have shares and then be a chairman. But him sit down and chat to these people. See? Big Mama go pick out this one. Yeah, man, I say a PMP now. Listen to people. Hear this.
And the duty that should have been paid if they had done it legally.
I know say the man not done not legally. He not say they want to thief the money and beat it. Like these man never go hard or nothing. Big Mama right now cheap money when pay over better. For himself, him thief it.
But Lonesome, look at the irony. look at the irony. Him collected, right?
Over $1 billion.
His employees deductions like NHT
and TV.
And NHT contributions,
yes,
right, NIS and so forth, and he did not pay them over.
No.
So what sort of moral attitude that him have in this issue?
At about 10 million and 8 million, we have about near $1.5 billion MT.
It's a joke.
Eh? Look at him. No moral authority for point out nobody this piece of shit. And then I blame one man to, you know, yeah, MC a PMP. Listen now. Listen.
Should have been $11 million.
Hear this now. 11 million.
They end up paying
these people.
$1.1 million.
We are not so much you pay. We are not so much you pay your shit to the 2026. Yes.
This is unbelievable.
You can't believe this? This drunk cry. Big dirty thinking, mama. You can't believe this, brother. Eh? Well, you have making call PMP name. I let go your pat for him, no man. Well, you have call PMP name. Well, on there. Hear this.
And denied the Treasury $10 million.
Treasury. So you're not denying the Treasury. Continue.
So it's a case now.
Yes.
Where I gather.
You gather.
It's now the subject of a criminal investigation.
They can't investigate them and them. Yeah, idiot. Continue.
By CTOC.
Yeah, this.
Yeah. I gather CTOC, the Organized Crime Investigation Division, is involved now. Because apparently the 12 dialysis machines are at
like it's a something people thief. Are at. Hear this now?
Private medical facility.
CTOC can't touch them. No way.
Somewhere in St. Andrew. Yeah. Somewhere in St. Andrew.
You hear him?
And I gather the matter is now the source of tension.
Hear this.
Inside the People's National Party.
If your son began stink, you know. Hold on. Attention. Not go send no people like I'm telling you.
Yes.
Yeah, not like I'm telling you.
Hold on. But here the issue is, right? Those persons who purchase those items. All right. Those persons who purchase those items, right? It has nothing to do with UHWI, right? Because the way how he's kinding the narrative.
It's like them go purchase it and use the name.
Exactly. The way how he kind the narrative is like.
And on UWI do it.
You understand? This is what
UWI name.
I do agree. I do agree with him that CTOC need to go and investigate. I want to make him know that, of course, investigation needs to be done because it is GLP associates who are going to be arrested.
Thank you. This piece of shit. And you know what the spin? I take the whole thing, so the end of that throw it out. No. Them have 72 pages and him pick out some. Here what I say you know. Hear this.
Because the private medical facility apparently is owned by a PNP parliamentarian.
Look there.
Yeah.
And I gather the PNP leader, Mr. Mark Golding, is furious.
So, nothing like that. Nothing like that. But him couldn't be my neighbor, you know.
Hold on.
Let me tell you, man.
Hold on a part.
Yes.
This is disinformation. You see, when you create
disinformation.
You see, when you create something that not really exists, and you kind it with a motive, right, to damage your opponent, that is disinformation.
Yes.
And plus, it's also misinformation because you are misinforming the public. You understand of the actual things that really take place.
Yeah, man.
Right? And that is so disingenuous. But again, on top of that, here is Cliff Hughes, right? Who is claiming that because Omar Kynett as if to say, all right, the PNP person, right?
Thief something, I'm
thief,
furious.
yes,
Furious.
thief these things because I ask, you know, and where are these?
They're in a place like
yes,
the man that thief,
and the people that purchase it, the people that didn't steal it, the people that purchase it, right? So whatever deal, all right, put it this way. If I go to Wayne to purchase said to purchase a football and Wayne give it to me at a discounted price, right? Now, what am I going to charge for?
If not nothing for doing nothing.
What am I going to charge for?
Yes.
To purchase, you understand? So Wayne is a sports entity. And
yes.
I go to Wayne to purchase a football. And I get that football, right, in a discounted price, right? What that have to do with me? I am going to grab it and take that discounted price.
Good.
That is business. Now, if there's a situation where the entity, right, use means in terms of giving me discount when they're not supposed to give me discount, then who is supposed to hold responsible?
I mean, not them.
Not me.
No.
So then here's a situation, but here is Big Mama now. Here's Big Mama. Big Mama, right, employ X amount of people who working for him, right? Tax deductions are mandatory, right? By law.
Yes.
And so then when Big Mama as a company, registered as a company, right? And have the sole responsibility in terms of collecting those taxes and supposed to hand them over, right? Then if you collect those taxes and you don't hand them over, that's frauding the government. You are defrauding the government. So then that needs to be also investigated. So then I am saying that Big Mama lose the moral authority to even speak on this subject.
That's it.
Point blank and period.
Remember, 10 million, you know better. And 10 million or 20 million, at 1.5 billion, $11.5 billion you owe.
Yes.
Yeah? I get 10 right off. And this piece of shit I talk about, him shouldn't even talk about taxes, taxes. If 10 million can buy 6 bed, that means 100 million they buy 60.
Yes.
Okay? That means 60. That means 1 billion they buy 600. 1.5 they buy 900 bed. So who start on a bed? So Big Mama, when even Diana said 10 million they buy 6 bed, that can buy 900 where Big Mama have. Can you imagine? We don't start on a bed again. Yeah? Big Mama to go to prison for thief taxpayers' money.
And you know the thing, Wayne? You know that thing, Wayne?
No more as a target.
For the person who involved in purchasing those items, it is not like, you understand, there was a contractual agreement in saying that he's going to purchase these items for UHI, right? No. In order to get
here, so then you
understand,
purchase it and make money.
You understand what I deal with? He didn't do that.
And then the next thing again now, when you have private hospital, a deal for help the public and slash price and a help with dialysis. Some people get dialysis 3 times for the week, they're going to get 1. Them can't afford it. So when me see a man come in and say, yes, I'm going to do it in a nice, clean environment, when they are Kingston Public and nowhere. Baby, I did a Jubilee, people are dead in the dirty PM more lane and do one of the public hospital. When you have a nice place where you can go and get dialysis for cheap. And the greatest thing, because they must serve the people them same as Jamaica, you know.
Yes.
My market, and they must serve the Big Mama, them not serve nothing, they must serve themselves. You understand? Them there is a contribution to the people, them when you can slash price. No care to go up and look up. We salute that.
All right.
By the way, the PNP man, chairman. So you know it's a group of people, them. If not see people like twice, you go talk to them. Them are going to you know, chairman after the one the board and with them do. Them and then the man go up there, go do nothing.
Exactly.
So when Big Mama run out on the man, Big Mama disingenuous is a piece of shit. If you go away, you see me as a part?
Yeah, man. If you go, man. That we not gonna allow Big Mama to kind no phrase round here, you know.
Exactly.
To muddy the water, to throw off people like we round here. Big Mama can't do that. Because one thing me gonna make Big Mama understand fully well, yeah? You see the institute that come under this type of scrutiny as it relates to the high level of corruption that take place is an institution we run by a Jamaica Labour Party member of parliament / minister called Tough Tongue. Now we know it's a Tough Tongue orchestrate the team of people them we are administrate up this up. We carry out them skullduggery. Yeah? And so whoever go and purchase thing from Tough Tongue team of the fraudster is in no way, shape, or form in breach of any corruption. The people them do buy and sell. Alright? And me come buy from the hospital. Cause them a do buy and sell, you know.
Yeah.
Remember them a import the over 3,000 items.
Yes.
And sell it.
Exactly.
So they are informal igglers. You understand? ICI. Yeah. And me no want a scanner or a ventilator or a dialysis machine and them have it. Me go buy me thing from them.
Of course.
Them charge me what them want charge me and me pay them. Me not have nothing more to do them, we do them and them corruption.
Simple.
So
yes.
Nasty thinking dirty Big Mama. Yeah?
Yes.
Who are trying to pin something for reputable people need to go pin this one pan Tough Tongue.
And himself.
Go
pay your money.
Where you touch that point there, go pay your money, your 1.5 billion where you owe. Yeah? Go pay your money and stop dibble-dabble in affairs that don't concern you. Because you know, report, you know. Him no report. I choke him on something. Him not report, him a choke. I why not choke? Because him no sound like a journalist to me. Journalists would have carry a report like where you see Dan Jackson Miller I deal with. Him come on a single out PMP individual. And still I get it wrong. Because the two gentlemen when me see that so, me don't know if them as no politician. So the PMP individual must be Dr. Alfred Dawes. Dr. Alfred Dawes no one none of them institution where matter. The man.
Pat. The chairman the other day, Dr. Peter Phillips, I think when he retire, I think the just coming up politics. Just now.
Just coming up politics, man.
Just coming now. They're just coming.
Yeah,
and him start when the man this big piece of shit. Dirty thinking, Big Mama. But over 1.1 billion in time. Him thinking about Mark Golden furious. For what? You could have run a place like that part. And then you know this your MP and then Mark Golden are just furious. Or something him looking at big dirty thinking, Mama. Nobody not follow you. Use a piece of shit.
Any leader of the furious are Andrew Holness. Not Mark Golden. Any leader of the party them in Jamaica with furious is Andrew Holness. Because all our minister them take the ministry to task by robbing all the ministry them. And them fall under Andrew Holness umbrella. Andrew must see and know say now get the value for the money we allocated to the ministry them. He must realize that the tax not paying in the country. So he would have urged TAJ to go like a bailiff and go get him tax. TAJ now do not like that, you know. Because we see what TAJ All a rent building 2-3 years with them now use and I waste billions of Jamaican dollars. So we know say TAJ in a corruption. We are looking at TAJ as a government entity that is involved in corruption. And just like how Big Mama call out C-Tax, well, me not say enough to call them out. If them warrant being called out, we got investigate. They must investigate him too and investigate TAJ. Yeah? Because we not play no farmer ease up round yourself with corrupted criminal people in the society. So same way I call out C-Tax, yeah, on this place I am saying a St. Andrews, somewhere in St. Andrews where these 12 machines are, call them out on NNN, call them out on TAJ, you understand? Report accurately. Don't come out and be a one-sided cutlass where just a pick on the People's National Party and its representative and a pin garbage information where you get when not credible. You want to pin it on credible people. The whole sequence of events we are going in Jamaica. Nasty thinking Big Mama privy to the whole of them. When them find themselves in a hot water, them run to the shit house. You come out and muddy the water and try to deflect people from the real issues at hand by spreading propaganda. Because Big Mama don't have no farmer statutory documents to prove otherwise. In contrast to what I said. You understand? Anybody can defend the allegation when come out and show out on these businessmen. Because him not have no document. We back up when I say a year say him go off. And the year say when him get a lie when them tell him to come spew. Because them find themselves foul of the law. The way the administration has been run, the minister must be held accountable. Under no circumstance, Tough Tongue must be allowed to waltz and wiggle out of this corruption. This mess of corruption. The way we see billions of dollars being confiscated using the corrupt means where Tough Tongue put in place. The administration board, and that are the problem up at UHWI.
Definitely right.
And it's a reason, yes, and it's a reason why problem up there. Because Tough Tongue go middle in the affair. Where the administration side of things is concerned, that is not Tough Tongue responsibility. Because Tough Tongue is not charged with day-to-day running of any of the public health institution. He presides over the ministry, but not the entity, where the day-to-day running is constructed. What Tough Tongue role and responsibility is to make sure that the ministry maximize full value for the money that's been allocated throughout the ministry. Have we seen Tough Tongue done anything like that? No. Have we not heard of Tough Tongue misappropriation of public fund? Yes. As in the case of the 85 million market me contract given to a sweetheart of his with a foreign McDonald. Okay? We know about Cornwall Beryllium Hospital as well. We know about even UHWI from as far back as 2 years ago. 2 years ago, the alarm bell was ringing up at UHWI because of over budgeting. Over what? Budgeting. So everywhere that Christopher Tough Tongue step as it relates to health sector, him go there with a trail of corruption because him have to maximize every hospital when can get out of them, not when can put into them, you know. But the cause, the concern where Jamaican people must come out now and say enough is enough. The Prime Minister come out when them raise them pay and say, I use a word like, he mull over it. It's hard and long. And they need to get the money because they will do more work. No, my Jamaican people, since them get that high increase in salary, yeah, which at the time we know Jamaica as a little island coming out of the pandemic could not undertake such a hefty increase to politician or no one. But them go and them do them thing, yeah, and then him come out and try to vindicate the reason. But the same nasty, dirty, stinking Big Mama mouthpiece radio, car around at the same go all the while, yeah, and says because them not been paid well, yeah, why them can't deliver. Now them a get paid more than well, them a get paid like reservoir. But I know corruption a come to light. God them never work from day one, people. Andrew Holness administration was not working from day one. What they were there doing was carrying out acts of criminality. That's why him and the whole of them did not sign the code of conduct. But the People's National Party leader and his members, they all signed it. So if that's not a clear indication of which party is clean and want to operate with a transparency track record, then all are we blind. It must be the People's National Party who is trying to make sure know that transparency and accountability is unheard of. The garbage Labour Party and the Andrew Holness decide that them going bypass signing the code of conduct. Well, there's only one reason why they would have that in them intention. It's because they know that they are carrying out high-level criminality as it relates to taxpayers' money. These boys going there broke, All of them are millionaires and super billionaires. Quite a few of them reach hit billionaire status. And we know the top. We know the cream and the crap at the top. We are billionaires. Me know the billionaire them in Jamaica. And me know the wealthy billionaire them as well. But me know just recently when the whole of them did broke. Light green them. Them have what you call now academia in law. But them are Arikwashi liar. Yeah? But him no want stick to that, Because the money no did it so. When the gravy train run in a parliament, becoming a member of parliament, and the Jamaica Labour Party ticket. Because I'm sure no this can't happen in a PMP, Because PMP DNA and blueprint from Michael Mann the time say if you want handout, don't come around yourself. The handout around yourself. So PMP manifesto is there from long time. This is why PMP member of parliament don't find themselves foul of the law. They don't find themselves in this type of predicament. You notice when the money are thief in the country, who thief it? Siaga thief it and say borrow it. I lie, Siaga tell. Siaga did get the money from Dan Crawford. It wasn't borrow, Siaga borrow the money. When it come to light, him use that phrase. We take off the heat off of him. Yeah? We know what Andrew do. We know what Bruce do. We know what them do with taxpayers' money. We know so them ravish the tax fund in the country. When you see Siaga normalize the same thing when you see Big Mama do, they collect the people them statutory out of them wages and half paid. Siaga to do it and worth 453 million. Down at Hotel Country Club or where it was name. Now see Big Mama come do it. And many more do it. So the country is sustain its own economic. That's why I don't want no guy come talk about no independent economic or economic independent. When Andrew Holness come out and use them two words, a shame Andrew not have, because Andrew mash up Jamaica. Yeah, Jamaica can't have no economy again under GLP administration and Andrew Holness leadership. Because our government where all I remember them are thief, millions and billions of dollars from out a little tax pool. Yeah, where 2.3 people live and 2.3 people have pay tax. The baby them can't pay tax, you know. The type of tax we run the country, you know. Them may pay a little GTC tax, but that still come out of them parents' salary car picking our work. So, me have to ask the question to the government in charge, Andrew Holness. Yeah? Why tax has become such a problem for your administration and your entity to collect, to run the country? Why? I mean, I will tell my Jamaican people, you know, in the case of Big Mama, remember it belongs to the Labour Party. Don't make nobody fool, you know. Cliff Hughes no want nothing. A face card. A Labour Party, and them own that. Them are run it. So them are going to exempt that. That's why I'm get 10 right off. But so you look further afield, you see them tax they when I pay into the government entity. Government still a collect that from them friend. That are them kickback as well. You hear that? Government a collect them tax there. Because Andrew Holness knows say, alright, you happen. You may go do now. You may go style the thing. You see all of them tax there. We don't want it coming at the system. Make it stay out there. We can't get the money from our NHT to shore up the budget. And that's why the nastiness are live by NHT. That's why if you notice him don't reduce the size of money we take up there, every year him take the same amount. Because they so compensate for the corporate tax. When them leave out there, when them don't make it go a tax authority of Jamaica. That are them kickback money when them go collect. So Jamaican people have to know that government are going with, you know. That government are deceived, you know. Right in front of our own eye. Guys, a dry eye criminal government to have out there around the place. Just look at Andrew Holness' eyes, a pussy guy. He might great like Tiger Cat. He's a pussy guy, he's a thief. I'm going to tell you, it's a 5-star thief. Andrew, a 5-star thief. Tough Tongue, a 5-star thief. Boomba's a 5-star thief. Blind Green, a 5-star thief. Muma Cow, 5-star thief. And the list goes on. So what would you say go on with the corporate tax we are left out there? Which government you know left corporate tax and collected? When entity don't go pursue them like a bailiff for the tax. Tell me now. But him go one place every year. Go take a certain amount, a fixed amount, to shore up the budget. And then him go collect the kickback tax them from the corporate entity. But in the case of Big Mama, they want it. So Big Mama now, you know, that's why Big Mama get 10 right off. Nobody not talk about the 10 right off. Are we alone, the 10 right off concern, you know? Because we know so that should never happen. Because we know how business run worldwide. 2 right off, you now get 3, you get winding up. Winding up, you get. Oh, you go get 10 right off, that means you're not viable in the space where you operate. So nobody now give you 10 right off. We're going to put somebody else in the building there who can come up with a business formula that can bring tax to the country. To look after the country welfare, like its social infrastructure, education and health and all these things. Yeah. Things like all pension. And them things the tax do in your country, you know. So when you see Andrew not collecting the tax, them to put in the tax pool, you know, say Andrew not care for the pensioners them. Nothing will be in that pool to pay the pension, them salary. That's why we have pensioner crying out for help. Help, help, help. Andrew not doing nothing. And Jamaican people who continue to fool themselves, yeah, because a party color and party affiliation, we have a next guest coming. We no soon start nyam, we no one another down there. Remember, you know, me have sympathy for you. I don't know about Andrew Holness having any sympathy or empathy for you. But all me come here start teach you know. Some of you not take the teaching, you know. Because you rather take the little goodies bag over the teaching. Because Buster tell you say saltfish better than education. So every time when you get a goodies bag, you know look for saltfish. You don't want the education where we are teaching us up on the learning channel. That's why you don't find yourself as victim to Andrew Holness' corrupted system. And I yield back the floor to my brother.
All right, Byron, you're going to close it. But before I ask you a question, though, Byron. I'm Pat. Let me ask you something. Let me say something to you, Andrew Holness. Yes? Now, the tax where you see Big Mama run out and talk about 10 million and what it could have do. You know, so on a wicked. You tough tongue, you're wicked too, you know. If a bed, 10 million can buy 6 bed, brother, if you really care for the people, you'd really give the guy when named Smith $2.8 million if you look at food, crackers, 2 billion, brother B. That could buy 1,200 bed, more than 1,200 bed, the 2 billion. If you just look about the hospital, them brother, because them used to have kitchen, them have them kitchen and everything in the hospital first in the Bible. Them used to look for them one lunch and everything, you know. Him take it, and then you have to take 3 billion. Figure them about security, where you are secure. The hospital them don't need no security, brother. It not have nothing to secure. This is garbage. I waste some money. That 5 billion they could have buy medication and bed and all kind of things, you know, brother. I waste some money them are doing, you know. When they must show me about 10 million, they saw 3.8 billion plus the 2.8 billion and 5.8 billion. You know what that could have buy? Eh? The money where you have to take away pan burial in the hospital, 20 billion. Brother, the hospital them could have run better, yeah? It could have run enough time better than what tough tongue are doing. Forget fight them, forget prison, you know. A mass
yes, man.
That them are doing there, you know. Baby are dead. People at the off a bench are dead. People at the off, brother. No, if as you go in there, you have to strong to survive. Uncle people skin them teeth out of that. When friend funeral home near Byron.
Archer.
All of them friends benefit from that. Can them benefit from the death too? This have to stop. You're closing, Byron.
All right, thanks, my brother. But let us consider the fact that what we have seen, right, is evidently clear that the Jamaica Labour Party administration set out to commit blatant robbery of the treasury. Right? Now, the issue that we have at hand as it relates to $3 trillion unaccounted for, it's a massive blow, right, to any economy. Right? When we consider the factor in terms of $3 trillion, what $3 trillion can do, right, in terms of if we have that level of accountability, and we are just saying, speaking about the $3 trillion, we are not saying that, okay, all right, the entire $3 trillion has been stolen, but we know for sure that a large bulk of that, right, may have been stolen.
Sure.
We use example as it relates to what Dean Jackson identified, and not only Dean Jackson, Pamela Monroe.
Yes.
Right, that you cannot find, right, purchase orders, right, and all these things, right, so then there's no audit can be done. The fact of the matter, right, is just that Jamaica people just need to recognize and add value to themselves. And when we said add value to themselves, you have to just do an introspection and saying, right, okay, as it relates to our healthcare system, let us speak about that, right? Are we getting good healthcare service? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You have seen the situation in terms of how Christopher Tufton came out on the political platform and never hesitate in terms of doing his politics, in saying that the Jamaica Labour Party administration had moved the healthcare budget from 6 billion, right, to how much billion again, Melting Pot? From 6 billion to what?
100, from 60 to 140.
From 60 billion, from 60 billion to 140 billion, right? From 60 billion to 140 billion. And you have seen an 80 billion increase. So one have to ask, as it relates to, what did we get for that $80 billion? Because when we have seen the nurses and doctors who came out, right, and said, look, there's an issue here, there's a serious problem here, and the problem exists pre-Hurricane Melissa,
yes,
and it continues post-Hurricane Melissa.
Yes.
So that's a serious problem. But you can see that the institution...
Byron, put the trouble advisor upon it. Same can.
Yes.
That alone show him up completely.
Yes.
Yes.
But we have seen that the institution had held it for quite some time, right, before coming out and going against, right, the government political rhetorics in terms of saying that, you know, the healthcare system is good. But even Tufton, Christopher Tufton, in terms of his own action, in terms of seeking benefits, right, healthcare benefits, that is. The other day when Christopher Tufton, something wrong with his, I think, knee or ankle or something like that, right? He went outside of Jamaica to seek medical attention. So then, what does that say? What is the message? And this is so ludicrous in terms of what they are doing. Because when you represent a healthcare sector, you are the helm of that healthcare sector. But you have no confidence in the healthcare sector in terms of your ailment. You seek outside assistance. What sort of message that you are sending? It is a clear message. And people read into that, right? But, you know, the Prime Minister has to be held accountable for every single thing that is happening in his ministry. As a matter of fact, the Prime Minister, I think, Melting Pot, have roughly about 19 agencies, if I am correct, under his responsibility.
Minimum,
right?
More, it could be more than that, but minimum 19 agencies.
19 agencies. Yeah. And the Prime Minister himself, right, fall within the category of monies that are unaccounted for. The office of the Prime Minister.
Yes, right? Because $12.02 billion come off of him thing. Gone, walk for gone off him this. Yes. $12.02 billion.
You understand? So it's a serious cause to concern. And you have seen that, you know, the Prime Minister, to the fact that he's fully compromised, extremely compromised, I should add, that he had lost the capacity, the tenacity, you understand, to correct any wrongdoing in his organization. And that is how compromised the Prime Minister is, so compromised. And the truth be told, Jamaica, the earlier that, you know, we can have Andrew Holness removed from our politics, simply means, right, the system after us call a spade, right, and have Andrew Holness put into the judiciary to answer, right, as it relates to his illicit enrichment. I can assure Jamaica this, that if Andrew Holness, I must say that people who know me and follow me, right, for the longest while now, will know that I always defend the judiciary system, right? I always defend the judiciary system. Even the recent Paul Buchanan case did show me off a bit as it relates to the blatancy in terms of the judge ruling right, and Paul Buchanan's case, and that really did give me a kick in my stomach, right? But when we say a judgment as it relates to Noel Maitland, you know, we tend to get back some, you know, some confidence, right? As we know how the judiciary system, right, should work. For most part, I can say in terms of my awareness, right, and my experience, that the judiciary system, we have a very solid jurisprudence. And I know that Andrew Holness administration is doing their best not to get into that judiciary, because they know if they get into that judiciary, right, Andrew Holness is going to be found guilty based on the evidence that we are looking at. If Andrew Holness had gotten all the opportunity in terms of, and I think that the Integrity Commission officers, investigators, had exercised, I would say, beyond due diligence with the Prime Minister. I would say overly exercising due diligence, right? The Prime Minister had gotten more than 3 years. And obviously, as we see and as we know, still unable to have a statutory declaration certified. So that is saying a lot. Now, as it relates to what FID currently looking on, because the Prime Minister case has been recommended to FID, and you have seen that obviously by now the Prime Minister cannot be vindicated. Look at that, people. FID had gotten this case, right, going the better part of a couple months well. And as we know, you and I know, Jamaica, that if there was something as it relates to the report that being sent over to FID by the Integrity Commission investigators, and there was anything that vindicate the Prime Minister, you know Andrew Holness, you know Big Mama, you know Joss Davis, they would have come out long time. So this is telling me, as it relates to my critical thinking skills, that, hey, something no look right over there, sir. Something no look right over there, sir. And having on the heels of that, we have seen where the FID director came out the other day and spoke absolute rubbish, right? That he doesn't aware of what is going on, and he has not been privy to any information relating to the Prime Minister's file. I think what he privy to and what he had seen, what he had observed, that the Prime Minister cannot be helped. Prime Minister just cannot be helped. And so then Andrew Holness is in a conundrum, right? Very serious. So we are looking forward, right, for better days coming. I think, to be honest, year 2026 is a year for reckoning. And you can see that it really starts with burning fire, burning judgment, right? I can say that the Rural Reed case, and based on what I am looking on, right? You know, based from, you know, the public court of opinion, let me just make that clear, that we are not making, right, that sort of professional decision. It is the court who left up with that decision to make. But, you know, from a public point of view and what we are looking on in terms of our experience, I don't see any way that Rural Reed, right, and others, right, are going to walk from this. And the judge had given serious warning that, hey, we are pushing on with this trial. So prepare for this trial. So I think that 2026, as I said, is a year for reckoning, and I am almost confident that 2026, Andrew Holness administration, hell to pay. I am confident of that. I'm honestly confident of that. What say you with that?
So you want me to say something?
Yes.
One by one,
they're going to jail. I believe that.
Yes.
I honestly believe
Caleb, listen to me. Can you remember how come I was feeling the fire upon your little heel back then? Because we never want to blaze you up, you know. I know I'm on them, you know, we have clout on my everything. The Titans not easy, you know that.
No.
Don't love what you do. Don't make them take you and turn
so far. Make you correct yourself. Make you correct yourself. We love what you are doing so far.
So far. Yeah, good.
So far. Correct yourself.
Don't get ahead of yourself neither. Because we were never around, you know, as a queen. No worries. But we love this. Don't make them come and try to hypnotize you because you have some Medusa around there. So Andrew is a Medusa too, you know. You looking at me, you see me, them still. Say my black man, the eye they still like, you know, him have yes. So he may try to seduce you. Don't make him do it. None of them. As them quint, send them a prison, investigate them. Remember, Jamaica people I work for. Not them. Not them. Them could have do big dirty nasty track 5, so that's okay. She go to prison too. Track 5 must get away now because every kind of know about that. You say every beginning it have an end.
Oh yes.
Must have an end.
Track 5 fear end for there in a prison. Down there with kidnappers too. You must say now about no photographer no. Down there in a GP she figure. Remember the man structure figure. Down a GP she figure too. With 2. Track 5. Yeah? She dangerous. She mash up the country. She no send them a prison. So if you know if a strike 5 alone, real greed gone already, you know better.
Oh yes.
When they stop it,
yes, man.
We're not right with that. We're really gone.
Just keep on that track there. You and everybody in Jamaica we're good. You don't want a friend from Big Mama them nothing neither, no friend, none of them, you know. Just do your job. Them can't fire you, them can't move you. You don't need no friend. You don't. Yeah? You don't need none. Strike 5 now, she flip, you send Ferran like a up too. She will go to prison. Yeah? Fear time expire now, you know. I know if you deal with her. I know you feel head straight in Jamaica now with the office where you're in now. Because the other day it's green, you know. Now it balance back up again little. What we say as far as what we see now, Byron. Just know. Don't make them make you lean like the tower. Yeah? Don't be not the tower because the tower no they down there. Don't make them make you lean like Big Mama. Very lean. And lean in every way too. Big dirty thinking, Mama. That piece of shit. Yeah. And Big Mama, nobody not like it either, you know. Say like all not like it, Jonas. Nobody does tell this. Nobody not like it. You see, little people, majority of Jamaica don't like you. Them not like see you. You're germs. If you go away. You're guard. And if you go to prison too, go pay your taxes. And by the way, people may have begging on every light post for a Big Mama tax on it. Coming tomorrow, yes, no joke. When Big Mama must mention about no tax out tight, you can ask Yaba. Big Mama if you go away, man, don't you think Charles Davis. Yeah? Yes, man. No 2 ways about that. We don't talk. My brothers, enough salute.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
right.
man.
As usual. Salute.
Our worries.
All right.
Yeah, brothers. Oh, we're there. Uhwi about it. 1 a.m.